I was muted. I was about to start talking and then I saw I was muted. So anyway, how y'all doing today? I hope you're doing well. Obviously, it's me, Demetra K. Donovan said he was going to be joining us. I don't know if he actually will. I sent him a link. He called me. He said, send me a link. Send me a link. So if he shows up, he does. But nevertheless, the purpose of the Demetra K show is to promote Black love, knowledge, and understanding of all things that go on in the Black community, with the emphasis on even to make us an even better people, because we are great people, but we can always strive to do better. Like I said, big giant thank you, hello, and welcome to YouTube, Twitter, and Facebook. You are the other side of the conversation. Not only are you just viewers, you are family, and sometimes I share the link so that you can come up here and voice your opinion. All I ask is that if you come up here and you don't have like you moving around and you look like this, please show me your face so I can make sure that it's no shenanigans involved, because sometimes people like to play games. Also ask that if you have said what you've said a million times before, please do not click the link and come up here and say it again unless it is apropos to the conversation. Also ask that we are respectful to one another in the comment section and on the panel. No curse words. I know sometimes people let one slip every once in a while, but let's not make it a habit, if you will. All right. So Tito, how you doing? I said, well, who talking about the NFL draft, girlfriends, and why? And who cares? Well, some people care. If it's not you, then as they say, if it don't apply, let it fly. But nevertheless, so many are talking about the girlfriends of the NFL draft pick for this year, 2024. Of course, I'm going to get into that just a little bit and all that. And we also have another topic that we are going to be discussing. People always want to like text me and stuff right when I come on. It's just like, why? All right. So let's see who else is on here. Facts Not Feelings. How you doing, Brother Don, my moderator? I hope you are doing well. Gary Mack, what's going on with you? Monet, how you doing? Avenge the Ancestors. I hope you are doing well. T-Bone says white girls on a hunt on college campuses as normal as a fly in here. I laugh out loud. Yes, indeed. Yanni, how you doing? Long time no see. He says on CP time today. No, you were actually right on time. I just got started. Again, I don't know if Donnie, I was gonna say Donovan will actually show up. He's kind of busy. I don't know if those of y'all who follow him, I don't know if he's been putting his activities, if you will, on YouTube or Instagram, but I know he's been putting it on Facebook. So he's having a good time. To say the least. But anyway, who else came on here? Mike Nice, I hope you're doing well. And Steve, how you doing? He says that's how they get the money. Yes, indeed. And Truth Immortal, I hope you're doing well. Okay. So as you guys may or may not know, I'm not really an aficionado on sports or anything like that, but I do my research so I can at least know what I'm talking about. Nevertheless, the NFL draft picks, if you will, took place. I think they may be over now. It's over a 3-day time span. But basically, the NFL draft picks is when colleges, like top athletes, they are selected to go to the NFL draft picks. But at first, they have to go do what you call a combine. So it's a combination of physical and mental. And they are basically showing out, if you will, showing the skills for NFL teams to look at them and then see who they want to select. So again, it takes 3 days. It's 32 teams. It's 7 rounds, if you will. So if I'm not mistaken, they're having the last one today, or they might have already had it. I don't know. And a team with the worst record, they get to select first, kind of, give them a fair shot for the next season, right? So basically, if you won the Super Bowl, then you get to pick last to try to even it out, right? Because I guess it wouldn't be fair if the champions, get the first round draft pick. Usually teams will select the player that's the best, if you will. But it has been said that players that got drafted last often do well as well. And Russell, what's the name? Sierra's, his last name just get my mind, but Sierra's husband, from what I understand, he was like toward the end, and he ended up doing well. So anyway, I'm going to show y'all a video that's kind of been trending, and it's of a player that was just drafted by the Jets, Olu Fashanu. He is of African descent from the motherland. Where he's from, I don't know. I didn't do that much research, but this particular clip has been trending because apparently he has a white girlfriend, and she was super excited. Now, I kind of want to give it a little bit more of an explanation, if y'all don't mind, but I'm going to show it to you. right now. I actually got it from the Jets page, if you will, but I kind of trimmed it down a little bit. So here we go. Is this it? Yeah, this is it.
New York Jets.
Okay, so I don't know if y'all saw toward the end. Let me see if I can back it up just a little bit. Oops. Y'all see the mom actually leaned over to hug the girlfriend. Now, the narrative that went forward, and I'm going to take it down. The narrative that went forward was the mom was blocking, right? The mom was blocking, didn't want the white girlfriend in there, as you know, he just found out he's been drafted by the Jets, and everybody's very excited. And from the clips that have been trending, kind of see the mom, she's not really like shooing her away per se, but she's, you know, really hugging the son and just kind of like, you know, nobody else can get in there. And then you see the girlfriend, she's reaching over and she's trying to, you know, I guess congratulate her boyfriend or whatever. But then at the end, you see the mom give her a hug and bring her in and kind of, you know, nuzzle her or whatever. And so I think that's important to debunk, that the mom was, you know, obviously okay with his girlfriend or whatever. Maybe not okay with her getting first dibs, if you will. But so I've been seeing this conversation, basically saying that a lot of Black NFL players or even athletes in general, they get snow bunnies, right? Snow bunny is, I think that's Dr. Umar's term for a white girl, right? They get the white girls. Seems like that is the trend. Now, I don't know how many actually have white girlfriends. I saw something trending around online says out of the first 32 draft picks, 30 of them had white girlfriends. I did see a couple of sisters there with their boyfriends, fiancés, or whoever they may be. But the overall theme is that why do these athletes get a white woman? I don't know if I necessarily know the answer to that. I want to see if you guys do. But when I really think about it, the first term or thing that comes to my mind is no knowledge of self. And then when I see the mom, you know, grabbing the, you know, the girlfriend and whatever, I think, okay, well, maybe he's taught to have no knowledge of self. And I know there'll be a million other reasons as to why, you know, some brothers, and y'all heard me say some brothers like to date white girls. Now, of course, we know, and I did some research, if you will, that Black people are married to each other the most, right? And I think that's probably just a given. And it actually said that Black men only date outside of their race to the tune of about, oh gosh, you said 15%, I think it was. Let's see. I think it's about 15% or so. Also, it's as I saw, there's not a trend, if you will, of Black men dating outside of the race. It's actually about the same as it's been maybe in the last 30 years or so. So no big like runaway train of Black men saying deuces, Black women, we out of here. Also says that the divorce rate, and I'm just kind of giving y'all some statistics with Black people, it's about 32%, but there's only about 31% of Black people married to each other. And Black people that have never been married on the men and women side is about 50%. So it's almost the same, give or take. As far as men, I think it's maybe 48%. Black women, it's 50%. So relatively close. So that's kind of what I have. So I want to see what you guys got to say. Have y'all been seeing the conversation? Why do y'all think it's going on? If indeed that is a thing with, you know, these athletes, Black athletes getting them a white woman. And some people are saying the white women are being given to them. He got game. So anyway, let me see what y'all got to say. And yeah, him being, what's his name? Olu, was that his name? Being from Africa. I don't know if I thought that was weird, because I would think maybe they would tend to like want to be with each other. But then I don't know, are they too suffering from the false idea that a white woman is optimal? I don't know. Y'all help me out here. So let's see. Who else came on here while I was running my mouth? I swear for God, people like to text me and inbox me and stuff when I'm on here. It's like, hello. But anyway, let's see. And Beverly, how are you doing? Easy. What's going on with you? And Stevie said NFL draft, white girls 200, black girls 3 for real. So is that what it was? Or are you pulling my leg? Because I saw some numbers kind of like that. And I actually saw some sister speaking on one of these posts, and she was kind of discouraged about it. And I said, well, you know, don't be too sad, because it's indeed black men do still date black women, still marry black women. Black love is still a thing, right? Don't believe all this stuff you're hearing and you're seeing on the internet, because black love is still really a thing. All right. So, but if that's the number, Steve, that's kind of crazy, right? And Feet, how you doing, Feet Fuckers? And he says, did some girl try to answer one of their phones again? No, I saw that. It was a couple of years ago. And I think she was a sister, right? That tried to answer the phone of her boyfriend who was just drafted, and he got his phone. He was like, yeah, no, it was an extra phone or something that he had. Russell Wilson. Yes. I don't know why I cannot think of his last name. It's crazy. Avenging Ancestor says, I love it when you say yes, indeed. Okay. I try to say it more often. Yes, Russell Wilson. And how you doing, Adrian? I hope you're doing well. And Leon, what's going on with you? Said some brothers that don't like working to meet good sisters would rather choose, quick white girls. I didn't say it. I'm just reading the comments. Hey, Thunder, how you doing? Till Dog, what's going on with you? Says mama wasn't having none of it. Well, initially from the clips that we saw, it looked like she wasn't having any of it, but then she brings her in and they're, hugging. They're very excited that he, I guess, is going to be going to the NFL. I don't know how much he's going to be making, but if he's a first round draft pick, I would imagine it's probably a pretty penny, right? So I don't know if they'll ever get married or what the deal is. Simone, how you doing and where you been? Hello, Janet. How are you doing? It says no leniency here. And let's see. Avenging Ancestor says full replacement in full swing. You think so? I was talking to my daughter the other day about just any of the leagues, the NFL, NBA, and all that. And she says that, she thinks there's this thing to actually lighten up the league. And I've seen some people say that on here, to lighten up the leagues, if you will. And that's with people who are mixed and things like that. Now, I don't know how true that is. I just kind of heard a conversation about that. Simone says that mother's body language was telling of how she really feels about that young lady. Yeah, but then y'all saw the end where she brought her in. So maybe she was just more or less like, listen, let me have my moment with my son. And I would imagine the mom was pretty excited, right? Her son is going to be making a lot of money. JJ, how you doing? Says African mama probably more happy she is a white girl. I don't know. You think? Gloria, how you doing? Says it's embarrassing. I guess it could be, because my other question was how many other white men or whoever else was there at these drafts, did they have black girlfriends? I don't know. I know that some of them do, but do we see that? And I asked somebody about it because they watched the draft and they said they saw most of the white players that were drafted, they were just with their family, so they didn't really have a girlfriend or somebody like that. Most of them, from what they said. Think Tank, how you doing? Says that's why I watched the draft. The parents, you could tell they're not together, and the girlfriends, one had a mixed child, but where is the mother? Okay. Miss B, how you doing? I hope you're doing well. And Tito say, yes, it's so old. And what's so old? You talking about me? I'm just playing. The Vincent Ancestor says self-hatred is real. That's part of it. Yes. And I don't want to discount people who date white people, whatever the case is. They may really love them. And I think that's probably the case in most cases, but I don't have a problem with it because I can't tell you who to date. The only thing that makes me raise an eyebrow is when people date outside of the race and use a black man or a black woman as an excuse. Well, I'm dating a white man because, the brothers ain't, or I'm dating a white girl because of the sisters. It's like, no, go date them because you love them. Don't do it because you don't like the sisters or the brothers, right? That's the only problem I have with it. If Allegory set forth, how you doing? He says, yes, the players coming from out of the modern day college slave plantation. Yeah. And just kind of listening to some of the conversation with the players and the owners. So the players that just got drafted and the owners, they're like, yeah, we selected you. You know, we've had you in our crosshairs. We've been looking at you for a long time. And it's like, yeah, that's kind of creepy, but I guess that's how it goes, right? And Feet Funker says, look, I know guys, including myself, that had trouble getting a sister. One of my closest homies had success with a white woman and married her. I left my hometown and found a sister elsewhere. And I want to ask you, if you don't mind, why are y'all having problems? And I trust me, I've heard them all. Well, I want to hear you guys' reasons as to why you're having problems getting a sister. Black America, how you doing? He says, all my friends say the white women are more compliant. Okay, they may be. Those homies, that may be their experience. So I cannot discount that. Miss Sweets, how you doing? Hope you're doing well. Thank you, thank you. Oh, really? How you doing? Just thinning out the natural talent and the little economic gain they achieved. That's the other side of the conversation, is that when people marry outside of their race, especially people who have a lot of money, and let's say like the NFL players, they marry a white girl or whatever, it is said that that money actually does leave the black race. And then God forbid something happened to him like that of Kobe, who played for the NBA, right? He was retired, obviously. But when he passed, all that wealth went to his wife. But I always argue the wealth was already his wife's, right? Because they were together for so long. So it's not like he had the money and then he married her, kind of got the money. And then right shortly after he got into the league, he got with Vanessa. So it was always her money. But that's just kind of what I cited as an example. Hello, L Boogie. How you doing? And I am going to order your book this week. I just finished a book that I was reading, so your book is next on my list. And put it in the chat so everybody can see and how to order your book. And T-Bone, how you doing? So the schools they go to are mostly white, and so and good athletes got a variety of choices. That makes sense, I guess, you know, but so the schools are majority white, so that means I guess you have to get a white girl, or you're just saying because they're in close proximity, that's just who they tend to date. Steve says you leave Africa to get away from oppression, and then you make it life with the oppressor children and make it make sense. Yeah, that's why I think that's kind of weird too. But you know, maybe they have some sort of a love affair with the white people as well. I don't know. Allegory says no educational knowledge of self because the colleges and universities ain't gonna teach them that their correct history. You're absolutely right. I always tell you guys, my dad, he had a full ride scholarship for college, and he decided not to go. And he actually went into the Nation of Islam when he was 19 because he said they were not going to teach him knowledge of self. So that's where he went instead, which you're absolutely right about that. And Leon says white girls dominate those sports arenas, and predominantly white schools where brothers play, they throw it at them. Yeah, and I've kind of heard that conversation. Of course, we've all seen He Got Game by Spike Lee. It's about, I think, basketball. And they kind of set them up with the white girls, right? They're there like, no, she's for you, you know? So, yeah, and Steve says that was Lamb from the Cowboys took his phone from Mary Sue. Okay. I thought it was was it a white girl? I don't know. I thought it was a black girl. I could be wrong, or she was mixed or something. Anyway, Gorilla. No, that's not how you say it. Gorilla. Is that how you say it? How you doing? I don't want to mispronounce your name, but that's not how you say it. But welcome. And Gerard, how you doing? He says, there are thousands of black men play professional sports. There are millions of black men who are not professional athletes. Yeah, I would say that's the case. And I would even imagine that most black athletes, men, are married to black women. Am I wrong? I would imagine they would be. And Yanni said that was a slick chokehold, Demetra. Oh, you think that's what it was? Easy. You say, we are the only race that allows outsiders into our wealth. I would say we probably do it more than anybody, right? Yeah, because they tend to like to gatekeep their generational wealth to each other, but us, not so much. Clubber Lane, how you doing? You say some of these players were considered nerds by certain black girls. I've heard that argument before. Certain black girls growing up got love rather from non-black women. Some just dislike black women. I think most people rather are mad about the wealth transfer. I mean, yeah, that makes sense. So I've heard that. Actually, Dennis Rodman was saying that once. I think he was on Oprah or something like that, and she was asking him about his dating preferences and things like that. And he says when he was in school, the black women or girls at the time didn't like him. He talked about him and called them names and stuff. But then when he became Dennis Rodman, then the black girls paid him attention. But I guess he said from that point, he kind of had a thing for the vanilla, if you will. Yes, indeed. And the allegory says, ignorance is not bliss unless you are willing to sell out. Then it can become blissful for some. Yes, indeed. My dad always says that ignorance is not bliss. Hey, Herbert, how you doing? Long time no see in Think Tank. You saying why the snow bunnies are, laugh out loud, are bigger than the player that drafted, laugh out loud, shaking my head. Well, and I agree with you. It shouldn't be bigger, but I think when people see that, of course, now that we have this thing called the internet and people see it and you see the reactions, it's like, all right, okay, was no good sisters out there. I don't know. I think that's kind of why it's talked about because again, I don't see any other race that's drafted with really anybody outside of their race. I think there was even a Samoan guy. It sounds like it was a lot of them, but that was drafted, and he seemed like he was with a Samoan woman. So I don't know. Really says skim the cream off the top. Okay. Thunder says, question, is it possible that the white girl saw the potential in him where the sister saw a dusty, broke brother? It seems like he's only wanted when he gets on, but Becky was there from day one. I'm a day one sister. So I guess that's probably true in some cases because we don't deal in absolutes, right? But I'm a day one sister. And I know a lot of other day one sisters that's, been with men that maybe were not at their best, but sometimes when they get at their best, then they go get with Becky. You know what I'm saying? So I just kind of throw a flag, if you will, no pun intended, on the field when I hear, oh, no, sister was, sisters wasn't paying him no attention. Because I think most sisters, especially going to a college and he's going to be drafted, he was probably something or somebody on that campus, right? He didn't just spring up out of nowhere and he got drafted. Sure, he was getting a lot of attention and on the games, on TV and stuff. So I just doubt very seriously that sisters was like, I'm good. You know what I mean? I don't know. I could be wrong. Don, you saying, no, what happens is while these guys are in college, Becky and Susie take care of them in every way. They're looking down the road and these guys falling in love, quote unquote, with them. My cousin played football. Yeah, I've heard that as well. They do spend a lot of money and all that kind of stuff, but so as it boils down to money, in regards to a woman caring for one of these athletes, or is it everything else? And thank you so much, Avengers Ancestors. I appreciate you for that donation. Just keep up the good work, Queen. I will. Thank you. And Double A, how you doing? He says a cop out. What's a cop out? I'm gonna try to catch up. 8-Ball Side Pocket, how you doing? Peace and blessings to you as well. Thank you. And El Boogie says, my son was drafted into the NFL in 2021. He was raised to value Black women, so his girlfriend then and today is Black. You say, to me, it's a matter of how these young men are raised. I totally agree with you. I totally agree with you. Because my question is, how are so many of these men being raised with no knowledge of self? Because I totally agree that is from the household, right? From their teachings. Like, are you being taught that from your parents to have knowledge of self, right? Knowledge of self knows who you are, know who your people are, have a love for yourself, a love for your people in every way, shape, or form, right? So I totally agree with you. Feed, he says, to answer your question, I don't talk like I write, and I grew up shy and didn't know how to talk to women. Met my wife on MySpace and moved away. Okay, got you. Kimberly, how you doing? Says Serena Williams, money will leave the Black community as well. Yep. Serena is married to a white man. And, the same argument, was made for Serena. I've heard her have interviews, and I guess it kind of came up as far as why she went with a white guy opposed to Black men. And she says, I've dated plenty of Black men. And she says, none of them wanted to put a ring on my finger. Some of them didn't treat me right. And I think we kind of look back at her dating history and say, yeah, well, she did date a lot of brothers, a lot of, well-to-do, well-known brothers. And she said he was just the one that, treated her the way she wanted to be treated and put a ring on it. So I don't know, but is it an excuse? Hey, Mike Lewis, how you doing? Leon says some brothers are weak, and don't like the good challenge from a sister and overlook good sisters. Alex Jackson, how you doing? Says, well, many of those black NFL draftees lack consciousness. That could be the case. And Thunder says, question, is it possible Becky is more encouraging while Kiki is constantly discouraging and putting him down just like his mama does? Oh, my God. And he doesn't want to spend the rest of his life like that was in that clip that y'all just saw. The black mama was there rooting for him and very buoyant about what was going on. And so, wow, I think some black men, and I'm not a black man, so I can't speak for y'all, have an adverse relationship with their mama. I wouldn't say that most black men would say that, you know. And the other part is I know a lot of black women who are encouraging to black men. So, you know, but the other thing is ask yourselves a question. If y'all really want to know, would Becky be there with you if you was working in a warehouse? If you were in college and you were going to go work in a warehouse somewhere, even become a manager of a warehouse, would she be with you? Or is she only with you because you about to go make a lot of money? I don't know. I'm just asking. Hey, Corey, how you doing? JJ says, I'm not an athlete, but white women seem to be more nice and less hostile. Really? Okay. Y'all need to hang around more sisters if that's what y'all think. Miss Sweet says, in my college experience, he says the white girls are inserted into the athletes' lives. They become their tutors, cheerleaders, etc. They're always around while we distracted chasing our degree. Okay, got you. Buckhorse, how you doing? Hope you're doing well. Herschel, how you doing? Stevie say some of us black men are intimidated by independent black women and go to the invaders' kids. I'm just going to keep reading. Easy says, D, this is an example of how they turn lust into a weapon and creating a great divide among the race. I can see it. And Feet, you say, we seem to be the only race who give each other a hard time and a smile ear to ear for all others. Sounds like sellout behavior to me. Yeah, we need to really stop doing that, right? Stop giving each other a hard time. But that's just, you know, part of the conditioning, right? Double A says white women appear mild mannered and meek, but are very dangerous. I'm just gonna put that up there. I'm just let them let it marinate for just a little bit. Cause I know some brothers who've been with some white women and they got a story to tell. That's why I laugh when I hear or see brothers say, oh, the white woman was nicer, this, that, and the other. Is like, until when? They're nicer until when? And opposed to what? Nicer how? You know, I'm gonna leave that up there just for a little bit. One who cares, how you doing? I hope you're doing well. And Miss Sweet, you say, I know several black athletes that were drafted to professional leagues. They marry black women, usually their high school sweethearts. Yep. Hey, Al, how you doing? Says, I love black women only and so much I won't even compliment another race of women because I rather save the compliments for a sister. I know that's right. And Simone says, girls of all races are usually attracted to jocks. These arguments don't make sense. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Because it's like, you know, you're not going to tell me that the sister knows that this guy is up and coming on the college campus and she like, oh, he dusty. I don't believe it. Unsubscriber, how you doing? He says college athletes have the pick of the litter. I would definitely say so. Definitely. Herschel, you say, okay, now I hear black women every day saying black men are broke or dusty. We can't be with them unless we make six figures. And then they get mad at the white girl that saw the writing on the wall. So you see all black women are in here, all black women talking like that. I'm a black woman who know a lot of black women, and I've never heard one black woman say he got to be 6 figure and all that. I'm not saying they don't exist. I'm saying I've never heard it. And again, this is that internet. We think that because it's on the internet, it must be true for everywhere, right? We know that there's a lot of discourse between black people, black men and women, and it's probably by design, but I don't know of any black women who roll around calling men dusty, and I just can't. Like I said, I know black women, a lot of them say, you know, I just need somebody who's going to be good to me, and I can start there, you know, so I don't know. But the crazy part is y'all don't never get a white girls a hard time for saying they need to, you need to be making all this money. You need to be able to take care of me. They never get to push back. But it's the sisters, though, you know. I don't know. One who cares says, don't forget about the likes. Oh, yes. Thank you. And M, how you doing? And Sharion, how are you doing today? And oh, really? You say, They pick the ones in college because they're on the come up, and the black young men are usually broke and they're financially take care of them, then isolate them. White savior, the tale of Samson also. Okay. Missions Vision, how you doing? A ball. He says, seeing Dennis Rodman in school pictures. Yes, he was definitely rejected by the sisters. I love Dennis Rodman. I really do. Black America says, nobody cares about knowledge of self. And there is the problem. When you say nobody cares about knowledge of self, how do you go about life if you have no knowledge of self? Otherwise, everybody else is telling you who you are. So Black America, you said that nobody has a knowledge of self, and that means you as well. So you mean to tell me you go through life and just people just define you and they tell you who you are? Is that what you're saying? Buck Horsey says, one who cares. Okay, so he's speaking to somebody else. And Herschel says, how are you going to be at some guy you didn't want in the first place for going with someone who did? So I think you're missing some words, so forgive me for that. Hey, H. McDaniel, how you doing? It says, no black woman with dignity cares about these black beta males. Sounds like some little black girl beat them up in elementary school and stole their lunch money, and they still mad. Yikes. Igbu, how you doing? Says it's a lot of self-hate that people don't want to address. I totally agree with you. Because if you hate your black man and your black woman, I'm not saying yours like you're with them, but your black man and black woman that was made for you, you hate them, you have self-hate. Plain and simple. Because you can't say, I hate the black woman, I hate the black man, and then go love somebody else. That's kind of crazy. And Tabby, how you doing? Says, wasn't the 2023 NBA draft full of biracial young men on stage with their white girlfriends, with their black fathers and white mothers? So I understand. And I think that's where the conversation comes from, that maybe they're trying to lighten up some of these leagues. But yeah, and Steve, you say Serena used to be a beautiful woman. I don't know what happened to her since. I mean, she don't look like the same anymore. No disrespect. Yeah, I've seen some narratives about her maybe bleaching her skin and all of that other stuff. I don't know. Maybe she's going through something. Maybe she's trying to be more appealing to, her husband who is white. I don't know, right? Because you ain't told me nothing. But yeah, I've noticed the difference as well. Really, it says they didn't want to marry Serena. Men hold the option of marriage. Most want to play with black women, but marry the others and make excuses for them. Donovan says, just got in raining here. Y'all said you didn't need us. So you know what? I don't know who this y'all is. Hello, Michael. How you doing? And Beauty with Brains, how are you doing? And Thunder says, question, what man in his right mind wants a woman to challenge him about everything? The man wants peace, so he goes to find peace, not a challenge. So y'all saying white women don't challenge y'all? The other women don't challenge y'all? And when you mean challenge, what do you mean? I get combative and nagging. Yeah, nobody wants that. But when you say challenge, what exactly do you mean? Are you saying the other women don't challenge you? So basically you're kind of saying they weak. What are we saying, Thunder? Miss Sweet says, facts, would Becky stay around if Leroy worked at a warehouse? Are they grooming him to be with men, black men that's working at warehouses? I'm just asking. Clubber Lane says the white women are securing future child support, have a few kids, dump them, and you're financially secure before most go broke. And Herschel says people go where they are wanted. I agree with that. But to say that no black woman wants, all black women don't want, what I'm saying? All black women don't want a black man, or all black women don't, y'all know what I'm trying to say. I think that's ridiculous. Because again, you haven't dated all black women and you haven't dated all black men. So how are we putting these blankets on a whole group of people? I guess I'm just kind of figuring it out. But I agree with you. People do go where they're wanted. They should anyway. Steve, you say, brother, stop with the lying. You know that colonizers, white woman, not going to stay with y'all answers when you get broke. I'm going to let you tell them. 70 DRC, how you doing? It says a lot of assuming here, a lot. Well, do tell. Buckhart says, I'm good, Miss Queen K. Thank you for asking. Oh, it is my pleasure. Steven, how you doing? He says, tried out one Becky and didn't like her because I love me some dark sisters. I know that's right. Igbu says, or the black men are willing to take Becky's abuse. Easy says, I got some high school and college stories to tell. I bet you do. Donovan says, nobody's intimidated by women. He says, if black women have a problem with these men getting Becky, then there is some truth to black women being difficult or something. I mean, have you dated all black women? If you have not dated all black women, just like I can't say I've dated all black men, then how do I come to that conclusion? I don't know. Steve, you say, how can they be mild mannered when they do all kinds of things with animals and stuff? See, you know what? I'm just gonna keep reading. MB say, I've been backstage, and the Karens are relentless when it comes to trying to land black men celebrities. If flattery is what black men seek, he says, so we get it from Karen. I don't even know what that means, but okay. Overly, you say, he taking the interwebs manosphere, or he's talking. Is that what you're saying? The interweb manosphere BS? And Boogie says, my son has been with his girlfriend since the 10th grade. See, that's what I'm talking about. Settle down to a good choice, right? He knows she ain't there for the money because she was there before he got the money, right? She was there with him, you know, when he was in high school, not knowing if he was going to be drafted. I'm sure he's working toward that, but settle down to a good choice. So you've obviously taught him right. Let's see here. Donnie say, it looked like his father was there as well. Yes, his father was there. Typical for their family structure. Them African men love the access to whiteness when coming from their homeland. They're excited that they could get Becky. Okay. Sherian says, I was asked to date younger athletes, but the age difference was not correct. And Black America says, most black women talk like that, Miss D. They hate brothers. That's a lie. Y'all need to stop lying. Because, in fact, as I was doing some research, it actually said that black women are the least likely out of all of the races and genders to marry outside of black men. However, black men, it says, marry outside double the rate of black women. So to say that most black women are saying that, the numbers don't add up. It don't. That's probably most black women, you know. In Black America, yeah, like I said, you probably need to go to a different watering hole when it comes to women. But that's just not true. Okay, I would think most sisters want to be with a brother, just like I think most brothers want to be with sisters. All right, and Donovan says, brothers, get your passports and expand your options, sisters too. But good luck because the patriarchy is strong outside of the U.S. I mean, you know, if you want to encourage black men and women to separate, I don't know why anybody would do that. We can't talk about we need to up our numbers and up you mighty nation, accomplish what you will. And you telling brothers to get your passport to go outside and build with another woman. I don't know. I just think that doesn't really jive with black power. Wrong fist. Black power, if you will. Michael says, I want a woman of my own hue. I have lots of melanin. I know that's right. And Gerard says, it doesn't make sense. Why would black girls call these football jocks nerds? I mean, some of them probably have, but like I said, I just can't believe sisters seeing these strapping young men in colleges that are going off to be drafted saying, you just dusty. I don't see it. And see, Sherry says he is definitely different. And Razcast, how you doing? He says, I got a family member going through hell with his white girlfriend. The grass not greener on the other side. I mean, I got stories too of people I know who didn't have them a white girlfriend, and it was all love at first, but then toward the end, it was like, yikes. So anyway, Donovan says, y'all act like black women have not brainwashed their daughters and granddaughters with the wrong information. Get a degree, get a husband at the same time. I mean, it ain't all black women that have done that. I haven't done that. So I don't know. Again, maybe y'all speaking from your own personal experiences, but El Boogie says, my son's mother and I wasn't having it. See, that's what I'm talking about. And I look like I'm freezing up. So if for whatever reason this thing clicks off, I'll come back. I hope that it doesn't. It's just acting up. But yeah, that's because that's what other races do. They don't say, well, you know, love is love. And, you know, they say, you getting with a woman that look like you. Or you gonna be with a man that look like you? They don't even like bite their tongue at all. But us, you can't help who you love. Buckhorse said the chat is tripping again. Oh Lord. And Igbo says it's definitely not a narrative. Steven says it's gonna be hard to get these Coonesians. Oh my God. Tim Scott, black men to understand ish. Sharon says they have appeared to be an easy catch these days. It said Al Sweet Teas. And Human, how you doing? It says, could it be that the higher you go in education, the less black women there are to choose from? How many black men and black women are in college? Well, from what I understand, there's more black women in college than black men. There's a lot of black men in colleges as well, but it's probably a numbers game as well. So there are black women in colleges. So it's not like black women are not there. They are. Marco, how you doing? Says white women definitely don't challenge black men until you get into court. Michael says a white woman can do anything for me as my mate. He said, is that move through my life nothing but a sister for me? So I think he meant she can't do anything for you. Got you. Emmy says, I don't know who y'all is either. I love black men. That's what I'm saying. And Herschel says, why does this argument doesn't ever apply to Whoopi, Hallie, and Kamala? I mean, it does. We have those conversations all the time. I mean, we know that most of the sisters, if not all of them, especially in Washington, they got something other than a brother. They with white men. So that conversation has had a lot. But Hallie now is with a brother, Van Hunt, to be exact. And they seem like they are doing fabulous. I love them together, you know. But yeah, that conversation does get had. O'Reilly says it all lies. They do all types of stuff, including sleeping with y'all friends. Oh, no. Miss Sweet, she says, we need and want men. However, instead of working it out and rebuilding our community, people are grabbing passports and leaving the country. Yeah, and it's like, if that's what you want to do, just go do that, right? But don't demonize sisters because you're doing it. If you want something else, go do that. We're not going to be mad at you at all or try to stop you. Like, we want you to go be happy, but don't put that on our backs like, well, we leaving because you leaving because you want to. Because sisters can't make you do nothing else, but we got the power to make you leave. Flag on the field. Buckhorse says, I don't be around them, so I ain't got to worry. See what I'm saying? Marco says, white women are more feminine and pleasant to be around. I doubt it. As a black woman, I'm going to say, I'm another flag on the field. I'm going to tell you right now, that ain't the case. Because they got some masculine acting white women too. Thunder says, what do I mean by challenge? She says, the woman in the comments said they don't want to be challenged by a strong black woman. What does she mean by that? I want to say that was a man that said that. Donovan, I shared the link. I sent it to you on your messenger. It's on your messenger. Let me see. Hold on, y'all. Let me try to send it to him again. Yeah, it's right there. So let me send it to him. Okay, you should be getting it. 8 Boy says, suggestion hair and skin products and call it RK. Answer to Mary Kay or just Demetri. Oh, well, thank you. GP, how you doing? A little late because I just came back from a date. How did I know you was gonna say you went on a date? How old was she? The last time you said she was 67 years old, but you said it was good nevertheless. Okay, and Margot, if I didn't already, how you doing? It says because those are the ones they implant around them. Yes, indeed. In Black America, you said how many women do we have to date to come up with a consensus on how Black women are? Well, I don't know, but you haven't dated all Black women, so you can't say all Black women are that way. Because all Black women are not cantankerous and all Black men are not cantankerous. They're just not true. Those are the narratives that we just go with. No one else says that about their race. All Asians or all Hispanics or all white people. Nobody else says that. But for whatever reason, we get it in our minds that something outside of ourselves is better. Like how's a woman or a man that's not like you better for you? I can say you don't see bears and antelopes running around together because they know you ain't my kind, right? No shade to y'all. We can share the forest or whatever they are in. We can share the forest or whatever, but we're not going to share the same bed, right? We ain't going to share the same hair comb because it's just not what we do. But us, I don't know. Donovan says, I personally have never dated a white woman, but I never say never. Michael, he says that's a ridiculous narrative, thinking that women out other cultures are more submissive than Black women. Women of other cultures have their issues as well, right? But let some of these people say, and some of them over there, that those women are optimal than Black women. Those women are perfect. They don't challenge you or any of that kind of stuff. You know, y'all like having your food not seasoned, then have at it. Just kidding. Thunder says, and what's wrong with the end of an Afro Latina? Ain't nothing wrong with it. She, she counts, if you will. Same thing for sisters. They want to go get them an Afro Latino or man or whatever. I don't see the problem with it. But, even them, they're trying to be with each other. They ain't trying to run off and be with everybody else. They're trying to be with each other. Sherion says, not all people are the same. Very true. Aurelie says, they're getting to others, but seek out Black women during the relationship. Okay. Oh, I'm gonna catch up, y'all, because you crazy. Fee says animals on the kitchen counter. You better stop it. Corey says mild manner my foot. Woo, let me skip down. Story time. How you doing? Says my thing is I never see white athletes with Black women like Black dudes with white women. I never see it either. Maybe I'm just not looking in the right place or anything like that. Steve says I had bad allergies and I can't deal with dog hairs every day. You better stop. Oh, you had to break away from what you was doing, huh? Let me get these comments down real quick. Let me get these comments down. Okay. And Burgess, how you doing? Says the enemy has infiltrated the minds of Black men and women. We are at war, been at war, but everybody is distracted to see. Oh no, for sure. I know we are at war, and I'm trying my best to stop it. Thunder says Kevin Samuels exposed that there are Black women out there who don't think Black men are even worth the smile. Some Black women. And I see y'all comments, but I want to skip down so I can give Donovan his say, acknowledging everybody else who's come on here. Then I see Gloria, how you doing? Says those men are so destroyed. Okay. And Thunder says Afro Latina, Afro Asian. Okay. Doe, how you doing? Okay, so I'm not freezing up Black America. Oh my God, I'm behind. And Pamela, how you doing? I hope you're doing well. Johnny, how you doing? You better tell him ain't nothing like a Black woman. Zariah, how you doing? Johnny, you say she's a Black woman. She's beautiful beyond belief. Her sexiness is relief. What has me wanting, needing to know all the mysteries, this woman's diversity, and only time has designed this lust of mine. What an exquisite pleasure it would be to make love to such a lovely lady. She's a woman with so much dignity and class. And I'm not talking about her. Reckless were the men of her past. How could a man decide to leave a woman with so much beauty? Are my passions in your comment cut off? But I was in it. I was with it. Yes, indeed, dear brother. All right. Okay. Hello, love. How you doing? Hope you're doing well. Curtis Knight, how you doing? Since my mother told me when I was in 11th grade, I better not bring a white girl in her house. And did you listen? Did you listen to her? Okay, let's see here. Knowledge Seeker, how you doing? I hope you're doing well. Black America says, Miss D, can we have the real conversation? And what is that? And what am I missing? And Guyana, how you doing? I hope you're doing well. Says they sure don't challenge us. They just chase us around the block. Justice for Jay Mayers. And who is that, if you don't mind me asking? And welcome. Almost done. Let me skip all the way to the bottom. I didn't realize how behind I was. I'm so sorry. Allie says, all of you Black guys talking negatively about Black women don't need no woman. You know what I'm saying? Beauty with Brains says, Demetra got all the good feedback today. Animals don't leave their kind. I'm just saying, but we try to justify doing it. Knowledge Seeker says, yes, she's submissive for the bag. Go Fives, how you doing? Says BBC is real. And what's that? Like BBC overseas? Like which one? And Johnny, you also say on YouTube, that's a seductive passions. How are allures done without a touch? How do you get my desires without a word? Don't answer, just like. Rex, how you doing? Says, hi, Miss Demetra. Says, I would love to challenge your stance on this. The reason these brothers get with PC women for one simple reason, PCs, is that people of color, is that what that is, are willing to talk to the corny brothers before they get rich. Okay. All right. I think I got every fact now. Feeling says I never dated or touched a white woman, but if I find one that is feminine, friendly, agreeable, got a nice, and black women keep dissing me as a lame, then I'm crossing over. Oh, you'll be fine. You'll find you a Sister D. Brown. How you doing? It says men want long hair. Most women don't have that. You better, black women don't have that. You better knock it off. A lot of black women, we have, shrinkage. We have what we call shrinkage, but we got hair. It just, our hair grows up. It don't grow down and straight and stringy. I wish I could bring up that sound bite from Brother Khalid Muhammad when he was describing y'all beloved milky persuasion, if you will, but I won't. Did I get down to the bottom? I'm sorry. I want to get to the bottom so that, okay, I'm at the bottom. Donovan. Oh, wait, hold on. Thunder says, thank you, Donovan, for coming on here and setting things straight. He gonna try. Donovan, what say you?
Oh my goodness, it seems like I haven't been on this show in weeks. I want to thank everybody for the condolences in regards to my grandfather. And of course, my dog had died and all kinds of stuff. So I was kind of going through it. Grandfather had a great life. No worries there. So I'm not really tripping on that. And then, of course, when you got the voucher from the airlines and stuff, they forced me to come back to the Dominican Republic or I would have lost the voucher. Right? Okay. But I'm going to say this. And I'm going to break it down so it can forever be broke. Everybody that I've read in that chat has a legitimate statement, okay? Ladies are always going to think the way the ladies think. Of course, it's wrong according to the men, and it is the way it's going to be. But I'm going to say this before I even get started with that. Demetra K, I sent Demetra K a video this morning of Black men happiness. And she immediately dispatched her Aunt Esther Brigade, and they met him at the airport and stopped him right there. Okay. So Demetra actually saw why Black men could be happy with what's, with what's going on in relationships. Now I'm going to also address women outside of the United States. The African diaspora, I didn't say go get a white woman. I didn't say go get European, whatever. The African diaspora, there's Black women all over the diaspora. You can go to Cuba and get a Black woman. You can go to the DR, get a Black woman. You can go to Africa, get a Black woman, so on, so on, and so forth. That's what I'm saying. I'm never going to tell anybody to go and get some kind of Becky, European, whatever. I'm never going to say that. Now, here's the bottom line when it comes to what we're talking about here. Okay, I'm in the Dominican Republic, and you just read a comment on a guy that said that something he was, not attractive or whatever he was saying. I've been here for a week now, and I'm going to tell you, I've seen dudes, and I'm just talking to the men, okay? I'm talking about the men for you ladies. I've seen dudes here that would get no play whatsoever in the United States because they're overweight, they're unattractive, they're socially awkward, or whatever. And in countries like this, that doesn't matter because the patriarchy and the way that their system is set up, women don't look at a man because, oh, he got nice little plaits in his hair, oh, he got this and he got that. They look at the man for, can he provide? That is the biggest thing here, because I was looking at some of these dudes and I'm saying, this guy would be a virgin in the United States. There's, other than buying whatever he's got to buy or OnlyFans, this man would have no interaction with women unless he has to pay for it in some form or fashion. And you come down to these countries, again, you've got people that are doing whatever they're doing. And I'm going to say this, and I'm going to be honest about it. I'm okay looking. I'm not going to say I'm all that. I had my day. But in the Dominican Republic, there's no effort needed. There is no effort. And Demetra will tell you that. She was here. You do not need any effort to attract a woman here. You just need a wallet. Okay. So outside of that, but there is an issue between Black men and Black women. And what kills me is women, for some reason, you guys never tell the whole damn story. For over 40, 50 years, all Black men have been hearing is, we don't need no Black men. We could do it all our own. Women are this, women are that, blah, blah, blah. You guys cannot deny you've been saying that. And your wish has come true. I'm not saying that you're forcing people overseas, but why is it a big deal now Since you didn't need us, you're going to be all right without us, whatever. These people are exercising options, and now it's a problem. And that's the thing when Big Shirley and I'm just going to say this from my own personal experience. I have older aunts. I was just at a funeral. My aunts are in their late 60s and early 70s. My mom being the oldest. And I'm going to tell you, there is nothing worse than seeing a bunch of old women broken down, sexual value is, gone, or whatever the situation is, and they're alone. That was the most pathetic thing I ever saw. And it's a problem in our community. And I was looking at my younger cousins, whose grandmother is my aunt, or who, mother, whatever deal is. I hope they're looking at them and seeing what the outcome of I don't need no man is going to be. That's going to be the outcome. And all I'm saying is this: Black men and Black women, we got to get it together. You got to stop this foolishness. It's foolishness on both sides. Men continue to lead. Just continue to lead. They will follow eventually. You can't wait forever. You got to do what you got to do. But I'm hoping that a lot of these younger women are looking at the result of what feminism has done in the Black community, and it's affected our community more so than any other community. And that's just facts.
Yes, so I see y'all in the comment section, and I did see this video Donovan shared with me, and it was of a woman, and she's sweeping. He says that's what men want. This is all they wanted, is for women to be bending over sweeping. And it's like, brother, if you don't knock it off, one thing a sister gonna do is clean, okay? So sister ain't got no problem with work your eyes if you want to, okay? Don't you ever forget.
Keisha is gonna clean. Have you seen some of these houses of Pokisha?
Listen, because you like being up at Pooquisha's house, that ain't got nothing to do with the rest of us, okay? There's a lot of other sisters that keep their house clean, and don't you ever forget who them people was coming to get to clean their house. Even to this day, both my grandmothers was domestics. They didn't go get a white woman from Nantucket. They got my grandmamas who was domestics, who clean house and all of that, and therefore I'm gonna have to put a flag on the field there. Okay, if you want a woman bending over and you doing, you seeing her booty as she bending over, sweeping up under the couch, just say that, brother, but don't put that on sisters. And as far as you talking about sisters not saying they don't want a man, yeah, there's some sister who said that, but I ain't never talked to one sister, not one, and I'm 53 years old. I have not talked to one sister say I don't need no man. Not one. Again, some does not equate to all. And then, yeah, that's some, but see, that's what I hate about the internet. It's like we believe everything that goes forth on this internet. That's just not the case. So again, I'm gonna keep throwing my flag on the field since we talking about football. We was talking about that. But yeah.
Yeah, but no, and I agree with you, Demetra, but in that, what we're saying is you hear this thing out there. A lot of you women hear stuff that is like wrong and you don't correct it. That's what I'm saying. It's been said. It's been said, but nobody corrects it. You might not know anybody around you personally that have said that, but you've heard that stuff being said and nobody's correcting it. And you got another generation of people, young ladies, that are starting to believe this crap.
Well, I mean, again, I've seen the conversation. I just don't have those conversations personally myself, because as I always tell y'all, my daddy a Black man. What I look like dating somebody outside of what my daddy looked like, I'm just not going to do that. I was not raised or taught me personally to do that, okay? I don't see no man outside of the man that my daddy is as suitable enough for me. That's why I've always dated brothers. Now, I can also go with the same argument y'all going with. Oh, brothers this, brothers that, brothers this, brothers that. But I have not dated all Black men, so I cannot put that on all Black men. You would never heard me say all Black men, or even some Black men, or even most Black men. I would never say that. I can only talk about the Black men that I've been with, but to attribute the ills that you guys or men or women have had in relationships to every other Black person, I think that's a tool of white supremacy. And unfortunately, we are still up under that. We're under the ideology that's to go find another woman, a man outside of you that's going to treat you differently. And the other thing is, Might it not be the woman or the man? Might it be you? I'm just asking.
I was just going to say that you got to look at the common denominator. But I'm going to say this. I'm here in the DR. You've got men from different regions of the United States. Now, consensus-wise, like I said, this thing about you can't date everybody, yeah, we all know that. But you got to come to a consensus. How do men who've never met each other from different regions are all saying the same thing in conclusion to why they are here or what they're searching for?
Are all the black men there in the DR?
No. I'm saying from different regions. We've never met. You could be from Minneapolis. You could be from Alaska. You could be from California. You could be from Texas, wherever you're from. We all are saying the same exact thing. And fellas, if you know what I'm talking about in regards to that, acknowledge it in the chat. We're all basically saying the same thing, just like these women, black men ain't no good, whatever they're going to say. You've got to come to a consensus somehow. You just can't throw it out and just say, well, I've got to do everybody. No, in any, and Dimitri, and you know that in any test bed or any poll, they just take a certain number, whatever. But I'm saying here, what I've met is men from different parts of the country. As we're having our fellowship here and praying together, we're all saying the same thing.
Yeah, and I think too, and I want to deal with the obvious. Most of y'all brothers over there, y'all got a little change that you can part with. So of course you're getting a woman that's submissive and jumping on one foot, barking and sweeping on the couches. You paying her. You know what I'm saying? So it's like y'all acting like. Let's just keep it real. I'm gonna probably get better service if I'm paying money for it, right? But y'all go over there and y'all pay these women. Some of y'all gonna say you're not, but you're paying these women. Of course, are you poppy? Are you poppy? Yes, are you poppy? Yes, are you poppy? Yes. Of course, you're getting the I poppy because I poppy is digging off in his pocket to do that. So let's not forget that part, because as you said, there's some men over there who are they probably would be virgins or whatever the case is, and so I think that's sad. But I'm going off of what you said. So basically, they have to pay for it. Is that what you're saying? Otherwise, they wouldn't have a woman. Like, what are we doing here?
Yeah, no, that's that aspect. What I'm saying is men from different regions of the United States, we come and we sit and we talk about why we can't find women in the United States. And we're all saying the same thing. We're all experiencing the same problem. Women get a degree, she or whatever. We're all saying the same thing, and we've never met before. That's what we're saying, not what goes on in the DR, why we can't find mates in the United States.
With all these black men and black women, and I'm talking about black men and black women, all these black men and black women in the United States, you can't find one. Got to go all the way over somewhere else, whether you're a man or a woman, because you told me you saw a woman over there getting treated like a trampoline and she was paying for it.
Fellas, the women are worse than the men over here. I'm not lying. Not lying, straight up. I told Demetra exactly what I saw and witnessed.
Yeah, so you said it was a woman over there paying to get treated like a trampoline. I don't know why anybody would want to pay for that, but you mean to tell me she got to go all the way over there to get that? You know what I mean? So it's like, I don't know. I think we probably need to maybe try to be with people who are a little bit more suitable for us. Again, we need to go through the courting process. The courting process is not 100% foolproof, but I think you will have a lot better chances opposed to just hopping up and down on somebody's booty without even, seeing what's behind the booty. Did you know anything really about this woman before you committed to her? Or did you know anything about this man before you committed to him? Probably not, right? You didn't go a step further. Did you meet their people, the family, the mama, the daddy? No, you didn't do none of that. You just, jumped in the bed and said, ooh, I think I like her. I think I like him. And all you had between you was the 2 minutes of fun that you had. And that's the most fun you'll ever have between the both of you. Let's see here. Coach Jody says, good evening. Yes, indeed. It says from Brooklyn. Everybody love when I catch on. We love when you catch us too. See, Tyler, how you doing? It says they're looking for a docile woman. And you know what? I will say this. I get it. I get what men are saying about they want to see docile. I don't know. But I get the soft, the feminine. I get that. I'm not necessarily a docile woman, but I am a feminine woman. I am a submissive woman. So, and some men say they don't want their woman to talk or any of that kind of stuff. They just want her, doing a robot or whatever. I don't know. So I get what the men are saying. They want a woman that's a little bit on the softer side, right? They don't want a woman that's, masculine, and I get all of that. But when we say docile, what are we talking about exactly? A-Ball says, why do people keep telling black men to pull their pants up like majority of us have our pants sagging? Yeah, I would say I don't see the majority of black men with their pants sagging. Your average logical thinking, how you do it, says, so y'all are conjugating and comparing notes in the DR about how horrible black American women are while paying to have Maria?
Let me answer that. No, that is not what I said. What I'm saying is, when we're sitting here and we're at the bars or whatever, and we're talking, you guys will be surprised. Most black men, they want to find wives in the United States. But the thing is, there is an issue with black men, black women, where women want to be in control. And we're all saying the same thing. I would say in my study here, most of these guys would prefer a woman in the United States. But unfortunately, be it they're not feminine enough, be it they're, whatever, they're in competition, whatever it is, nobody wants to deal with that. So they go overseas.
Okay, so let me go back to Rex. He's saying, hell, you got to pay for play here in the States. Stop acting like there's any difference here. I agree. You do got to pay, so why go over there? I mean, again, like I said, I could be wrong, but I doubt it. It's the black woman that's expected to not expect her man to be able to pay or take care of her if she's considered to be a gold digger. Otherwise, but the other woman, she don't have, shoot, y'all know it good and well. Y'all not going to Becky, Maria, Ling Ling, and them mom and daddy talking about, oh, well, I ain't really got it like that. How did I get here? I got here with my bus pass. Y'all ain't going to them doing all of that. Y'all gonna go there with bags of money. I's here for your daughter. But the sister, we supposed to be like, what? Oh, don't ask him for nothing because he gonna be mad. Why are we expected to not, be paid for? I don't know. I'm just asking. All right, so let me skip down. And let's see. Tyler says, thank you, Dimitri. Hit the nail on the head. Okay. Judges say Walmart. Did I say hello to you, by the way? He says Walmart is cheap for a reason. Ooh, Lord. And Deacon, he says, women currently don't want a good black man. They want the illusion of a good black man. That's that you will lie. That ain't true. That is not true. I am one of those black women that want and has always wanted a good black man. So y'all need to stop lying to kick it. I don't know not one black woman that says, I don't want a good black man. I just don't. Simone says, where are they meeting the women? Donovan, where are you meeting these women?
What do you mean, in the United States or where?
Anywhere. I mean, we know where you meeting them over there, but where you meeting them in the States?
Oh, well, like I said, I don't really know where other people are meeting women, but like I meet them at the library. The church is the worst spot, just out and about. Because I'm not a clubber, so I just meet them wherever I can, usually through mutual friends.
Okay, and your friends are hooking you up with bad women? Them ain't your friends then.
Bad women. What I would say is they're career women, and they put their career above a relationship, and I'm not going to have that. That's not going to fly with me. Simple as that. So
you don't want her to put her career above you. That's what you're saying?
Correct. If you're around my age, you should be at the top of the, not the top, but close to the top of the ladder. You shouldn't have to be. It's almost like the women that I meet that are career, they give more time to the corporation than they do to their family. So it's not going to work for me. Right.
The white woman does the same thing. White woman is career oriented, and the Asian, they all are. I mean, for the most part, they're career oriented. By y'all, you always say the black woman is, most single. Well, she gonna have a career if she's single, right, to take care of herself. What's she supposed to be doing? Sitting like a frog on a lily pad, waiting for a man to come by and take care of her? She got to take care of herself, right? And the other thing is, she shouldn't be putting her career above you. But brothers, are y'all taking these women up off these jobs and saying you ain't got to work no more? I'm going to take care of you 100% completely so you don't have to worry about your career? You on mute.
Absolutely. D, you know me. Like I said, I'm not saying quit your career. What I'm saying is the career is paramount number one. Oh, I got it. That. But when I ask, could I get a little sandwich? Oh, it's a problem. Oh, could you? Oh, it's a problem. You know what I mean? But you go to work, you don't give the boss no problems at all. You're very cooperative at work. But when I say something, it's a problem.
Y'all just be making up stuff. So a woman, you ask a woman to make you a sandwich and she say no. He froze up. I think he'll come back. I'm just saying. Norris, it's funny. All the men and women who are talking like this are single. Who's zooming? Who's zoom in? Who? Absolutely. And welcome. Rex, you say, it's not that we want a submissive woman, but we don't want a combative woman. Why is it so hard to understand? I get it. I get it. I don't want a man that's combative either. I don't want a man that's cantankerous either. I want somebody who's easy peasy. You know, we get along. We just could be. I want that too. Y'all acting like women don't want that. You know, like I said, I do talk to the sisters, and a lot of sisters be going through some things with the brothers. So there's things we don't want either. I get it that a man don't want a woman that's combative, but when I ask a man what that means, it's almost that she's talking in general. So you don't want her to say nothing, like nothing at all.
Well, let me ask you this question, Demetra, and this is a quandary in the modern age, if you really think about it. You're a successful woman, you have your house. I'm a successful man, I have my house, right? You've raised your kids, I've raised my kids, whatever, we had prior relationships. Okay, now we're going to try to get together. Okay, well, you need to sell your house. No, you need to sell your house. Do you see what I'm saying? There's a mistrust there between who's going to lose the most. Like I said, a matter of fact, yesterday I was watching that documentary on Mary J. Blige and how she was saying how screwed up it is that she has to pay a grown man alimony, blah, 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 right? And she had some great points. But what have men been saying for years? See, and that's what I think. It's that mistrust of losing whatever it is you built. And that is the biggest problem. And it's a competition now. It has become a competition between people who, you know, maybe in our age range and older, to where they don't want to back down and lose what they have. If you've been in control of your household as a woman for 16, 15 years, doing it on your own, I'm going to admit it would have to be hard to have to give that up and put your faith in a man to lead you. I'm gonna give you that.
Common Man says women overseas are looking for a husband. Women in America are looking for the bag. So if these women overseas are looking for a husband, how come there's so many single women overseas waiting for the men over here to go over there and pay them to be submissive?
Because there are more women born in certain countries than the number. The ratio's off.
What's the ratio over here between black men and black women?
I think it's like 40, 60 or no, it's not even that. It's super close. It's like 53, 50, 47.
10 to 1, brother. It's about 10 women to men. So I'm just
saying. Wait, are you including other women or just black women?
Black women.
It's 10 black women to every man?
From what I understand. There's
okay.
More of us. Yes.
I didn't know that.
Lady Blue, how you doing? Says, I never knew black men acted like this before I tuned into YouTube videos within the last 2 years. Quite frankly, I'm not fond of black men these days unless it's friendship and business relationship. And I would say black men that I know outside of the internet don't act like that either. You know what I mean? So I don't know. I just particularly don't hang around people who are lackluster. I don't hang around too many of nobody, to be honest with you, but all right. Oh, really? You say keep 100. He says keep it 100. A lot of men aren't good leaders to guide anyone. Got to be mature, committed, disciplined, have knowledge of self. I don't know the numbers on that, but I will say it. You know, I agree with the brothers. There's some sisters that you cannot say anything to. They are not capable of being led. And if you're not capable of being led, then stay single. And I'm saying that's from a woman's point of view. Stay single. Don't take a man through all that. Don't even get in there pretending like, oh, yes, Then you get in a relationship with you, and then you like, I'm wearing the pants now. Yeah, don't do that. You know, wait until you're able to figure out how to be submissive before you do that. All right. Deacon, he says, black males were we coming from unloving single moms who had us out of her irresponsible behavior. That's not all black men. A lot of black men will say their mama wasn't like that. Again, I know some black men have had some horrible relationships with their mama. That ain't all black men. And my father is one of them. He can tell you, he to this day, sometimes he think about his mama, he shed a tear. His black mama loved him. So, know a lot of black mamas that love their sons. Facts Not Feeling says the difference is they respect our money, while here in the U.S. they disrespect even when you're giving them money. Oh, Lord. I will just keep going. Mari says, well, I am an African-American woman who is in a relationship with an African man, and it is the best relationship I ever had. Not all African men are bad or abusive. Yes, indeed. And yeah, Logical Thinker says, thank you, Demetria. Want us going 50-50 while being docile. Sure. And you know what? I'm going to just say this. I don't have a problem being, because as I said, what docile in regards to what? I don't mind being submissive if I'm paying 50-50, because somebody got to lead the household, right? And I'm going to tell y'all right now, I don't want it to be me. It's a lot of work leading a household. I would rather be a man, you know, but I get it too, especially black people in America. Somebody going to have a job. Both of us probably going to have a little something coming in. So I get that. So even if I'm paying 50-50, I'm still able to say, hey, honey, whatever you think is best. Now I'm paying half the bills too. So sucker, I got some say. I think if you're using your femininity in the right way, you always gonna have to say so. You know how to use it right. That man gonna be like, honey, whatever you want. Yeah, baby, whatever you think is best. Now, if you trying to, take his manhood by, you don't tell me what to do. I'm doing this. I'm doing that. Yeah, he's probably gonna be a tug of war up in that mug, right? But like I said, if you know how to, okay, baby, all of that, he gonna be like, whatever you want. I don't know. I could be wrong. Cosmo Energy. He says every black man I know.
No, you know what? I agree with you on that. And I tell a lot of young women that all the time. Where is your feminine wiles? That is the power you have over a man to manipulate him to do what it is he needs to do. And a lot of young women don't know how to do that. Have no clue how to manipulate a man.
Well, manipulation is a little bit strong. And Richard, he says the reason those athletes
use the feminine wiles.
Got you. The reason those athletes get those snow bunnies is because that's the only thing at those Division I schools. Is that the only thing? No sisters at all? No sisters? Hello, Love. He says, if you don't fully know someone's culture, how can you even begin to know someone's intentions? That's what I'm saying. Like, how do you got knowledge of them, but you have no knowledge of self? I think that's kind of weird. Judge says, can't meet a good woman on dating app. I mean, there's been some people who've been successful. I just think even with the dating app, you got to kind of go through the courting process, right? But I think a lot of people will probably admit they're on those dating apps for one thing quickly. Truth hurts. If I didn't already, how you doing? It says black women are not missing out on anything by them choosing, by not choosing black women. They feel like no black woman deserves better treatment simply because of her skin color. Most of them are self-hating white supremacists. Ooh. And Kojo Mix, she says there may be an agenda to keep black families in America, especially the man and woman together. We're superlative. You may need to wash some clothes, stay up with the babies, etc. She might naturally. Okay. I'm not quite sure what that meant, but okay. M says she gamed Title 7. Is that what it is? What are you talking about? So you're talking to somebody else? Okay. I'm trying to catch up. You never know. How you doing? Said these girls are there for the bag. Then white women, when they are done, she's gonna run with the bag to the next man. Ooh. The last good man in Jersey.
Wait a minute. Don't women do that in general? I hate when people, and I don't mean disrespectful, I just hate when people use that analogy like just this certain group of women are going to take the bag and go. No, all women do it.
Yeah, I think so. I think all women are capable of doing that, but we should probably start having more conversations about the women who don't do that, right? There's a lot of women and men who stay together forever and ever and ever, and they don't do that. I'm just reading some of these comments. Yeah, feet Mortal Kombat marriage. Don't nobody want that, man or a woman. You don't want to be with somebody you got to always be fighting with, Dante says, question, you the position of a trade wife and play your role, DK. So expound upon that, if you will. Now I'm going to try to get down to these comments a little bit faster. Rod, how you doing? He says, that's what I did. My wife hasn't worked since 2009, been married for over 20 years. I know that's right. And Miss Sweet, she says, be seen and not heard. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. There's some that works for some women, but I like to talk. I'm one of those women. I like to talk. I want to have a conversation with you, baby. Let's talk about world affairs. Let's talk about what's going on in the world. Let's talk about, I don't know, something silly. Let's have a conversation. I don't want to be sitting up there like, can I talk? Oh, not now. Okay. Let me know when I can talk. Yeah. I get it. When you're watching your games, boo-boo, I get it. You don't want me all up in your ear. I get it. I'm going to be quiet. I'm going to ask you, what do you want to eat? What are you drinking? You're going to have everything you need, and I'm going to walk myself out there unless I'm watching the game with you. I'm not. I see you watching your television show. I ain't going to be. I ain't going to be. I'm going to be quiet. But outside of that, I want to talk to you, if you don't mind. The average logical thinker says, no, Demetri, they don't want us to even breathe. Yeah, I can't be with a man like that. I talk a lot sometimes. And sometimes I don't talk a lot, but I be wanting to talk, Deacon, he says, y'all have to remember today's single mother teaches black little girls to abuse black males as a whole. That's a lie. Not love us. That's why they don't cook or do anything nice for us until the day of R and it cut off. That's not true. Some, not all. I'm just saying. Lady Blue says many black men are at the bottom. Bottom of what? Because if they at the bottom, guess who at the bottom with them? Us. We at the bottom hand in hand. So what does that mean exactly? Herschel?
Actually, you guys are leading the bottom. Last 2 decades, black women have been leading these families, and we've never been in a worse state.
Yeah, black women has been leading the families for a while. Black man need to come on home. And I know the black man is gone for a lot of reasons, but it shouldn't be that way. I've heard y'all once or twice say the black woman won't let you lead. I think we've learned now that as black men, you should never open your mouth and say a woman won't let you lead. I'm just saying.
You guys, when you guys start dating and teach your sons this, your grandsons this, put on What's Love Got to Do with It, make sure the girl watches it, and then ask her any questions, and the problem will be solved.
What's love got to do with it? What? All right, I'm going to skip down so I can catch up. You never know. He says the black man in the draft is a target for women. Oh, yeah, absolutely, because they know they're going to get some money. Or really, he says, I respect when a man is honest and admit he's looking for cheap hookups. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Get all that up front. What is it that you're looking for? Are you looking for a wife? I may not be the wife you're looking for, but are you at least looking to be married? Because if you're not looking to be married, you're looking just kind of for, your little 2 minutes a couple of times, then say that. Because I want to be on the same page with you, because we don't need to date if you're just looking to screw and I'm looking to get married or whatever. GP says most of my generation want to jump straight into bed. And listen, there's a lot of people older in the older generations that's still doing it too. He says every older woman I mess with always want to talk for a while and go on a first date. That's why I classify my sexuality as granny sexual. Lillian, he says, I remember when a woman couldn't have a man in the house. We both need reparations for that trauma. Absolutely. I totally agree with you.
Wait a minute. Stop. Did you just not see what just took place just now? I am sitting here and a glass of fruit cocktail drink was passed to me without me even asking. You
know what, Donovan? Shut up. Shit, shut up. Because
they hate it. Just eat some up. Okay. Look at the smile on my face. I haven't cheesed like this.
Wait, you gonna make me turn into the Tasmanian devil? I feel it. Don't do it.
I haven't smiled like this, I mean, in a long time. I mean, my grandfather just passed 2 weeks ago, and I'm smiling.
I'm gonna behave. I'm going to behave. Black America says there 21 black men and 22 black women in America, so it's even down the middle. Well, then how? I find that hard to believe. I don't know everything. I could be wrong. But what about availability? How about that? Sharon says, I've heard that also, but scripture say that 7 women to 1 man. Yeah, I'm gonna let them have that. I don't want to be sharing a man with 7 other women. Although I think I've done that one time with my
So you mean to tell me there's not going to be 7 virgins waiting for me when I get to heaven?
Who says you going to heaven, brother? The comment man says due toward Demetra. Okay, Frank. Okay, so you're talking to Lady Blue. All right, let me skip down. And Mana Kiba, I hope I said that right. How you doing? It says all those families you see with the white people in their family was African family. All the black American families had no white people. There you can go back and see it for yourself. Okay, and H. McDaniel says, and I don't agree. I'm not going to walk around looking like a fool saying, oh, I need a man. That behavior is just going to give a man more reason to use you because you appear needy. Man, please. I mean, I need a man. I do. I need and I want a man. There's a lot of things I can do by myself and that I am doing by myself. But as I always tell y'all, I would sure love to see a man do it. I am not kidding. I would love to see a man just roll the trash can out to the curb. Like, look at my baby. He doing man stuff. You know, I love to see that. So I need a man. I need to see a man do that. That is just me. Pop, how you doing? And Kojo, you says combative isn't the same as soulful or compassionate, neck roll, or speaking about something maybe slightly uncomfortable. The gender war is embarrassing. Maybe when we do a room about one gender, and then your comment cut off. Elton, how you doing? Says, I think the issue is not black issue or a U.S. issue. It's a Western issue. And a lot of men are doing the passport route. Good men are tired of having the leadership constantly challenge opinion. Yeah. And as I always say, get with a woman that you can lead. All black women don't have a problem with men leading. I'll tell you, I know plenty of sisters. It's like, man, lead me so I can follow. I swear for God and all 12 disciples, most of my friends, if not all of them, say, lead me, brother. You know, so I'm just saying. Comment says, I thought it was 7 to 1. That means black women are messing up. It's something like that. Messing up. No, I think that's probably has a lot to do with the birth rate, incarceration. Then we also got to put in, homosexuality between black men and black women. Of course, that's with all the races, but I'm just saying you got to add in those factors as well. So hopefully Donovan will come back. We'll see. Oh yeah, y'all saw Donovan. He showed y'all the woman, and I didn't. I don't need no man. Stop telling me I do. How you doing? Well, okay. Hope you're doing well. All right, so I'm gonna skip down so I can catch up because I know I'm behind. And Abdul, how you doing? Says my mother used to start with, tell me 2 broke people ain't got no business being together because she said, who's gonna buy the ice cream cone? Yeah, I agree. Somebody got to have something. I agree. And Miss Sweet, she says, how to manipulate a man. Excuse me. Yeah, I think I get what he was saying with that feminine, wild appeal, whatever. Manipulation. Yeah, you probably don't want to run around manipulating men because I can't think of too many men who want to be manipulated. Easy says, black love is needed for the race. Yes, and there's a lot of black love, believe it or not. There really is. And Elwin, how you doing? It says, no woman has the power over man. Men by nature do not submit to women. He submits to the truth, speak the truth, and he submits. I agree with that, but there's been some men saying, oh, we can't lead because a woman won't let me. It's like, if I was a man, I'd never admitted that. I think that's part of the problem. And Stevie says, because these young women listen to their old aunties who mismanage youth, teach them wrong. Yeah, and that's unfortunate if they're teaching, and not if, because I know some do, teaching young women, giving them bad advice. I don't think you should be able to tell the younger generation that men ain't this, that, and the other based off of your decisions, because indeed you probably just, needed to make better decisions and choices with men. A lot of people, sometimes women, I would say, they choose to have a baby with a man before they even know the man, right? And so they settle down. And there's actually another video I wanted to show y'all. Donovan comes back. We'll talk about in the next couple of minutes that we're here. I might save it. It's kind of the way this chat is going now. I can just already see the way it's going to go. So I might not play it. Common Man says, you are submissive, Demetra. I noticed that from a long time ago. Yeah, I always have been. Always. Which is why I say that's not true for all sisters, that all sisters are not submissive. There's some, just like there's some with white women, Asian women. I mean, I spoke to an Asian man once, and he was like, his wife won't let him do nothing at all. In fact, it wasn't even his wife anymore. She was his ex-wife. She divorced him, got out there in them streets and couldn't take care of herself. And he says just kind of by their culture, they, take them back in, and said she had the master bedroom and she didn't work and she's just traveling all over the place with his daughter. And, he was like, you would think she would like give me some, but she won't, but he was like, I just take care of her. So she treated him horribly, and they were Asian. Nora says, I don't want to die alone. Me either. I'm trying my best not to do that. And Mari, you say, no one is perfect. Some of us are looking for perfect people. There you go. There is no such thing as a perfect person. I had a supervisor once, and he would always say, only in the movies. And he would say it all the time. And then one day I asked him, I said, well, what does that mean? He says, only in the movies, are fairy tales real, right? You go see a rom-com or a romance comedy or whatever. They have an issue and, and all that. And they get together and they're running off into the sunset. They're getting married and there's song and dance and stuff. It's like only in the movies. In real life, you have issues, and it may not be that fairy tale ending, but basically you got to work at it. But a lot of people think things need to be perfect. She or he needs to be perfect. And when they're not perfect in their eyes, then it's like, oh, well, I don't like them no more. I'm going to go look for somebody else who's perfect. And then they find it. So it's just a revolving door, if you will. Clarence, how you doing? Says, I could tell you as a former D1 athlete, white girls and white women threw themselves at you. They spot you freshman year, and they are constantly in your face. They compete for your attention. I can dig it, and I'll take your word because you were there. We say compete. So let me ask you this: who is setting the competition? Is it the man or is it the women? Because I'm thinking if I'm a black man and it's a black woman and she's all that or whatever, I'm probably gonna go with her. I'm not gonna make her compete. Am I off in that? Y'all can help me out with that. Sharion says the narrative and history of our people should make black men decide to stay with their race. I agree. And Common Man says, but you're still an American black woman, which makes you scary. Oh, I could tell you there's a lot of men who don't find me to be scary. Kojo says, if your woman lands a $200,000 job and you're bringing in $99,000 and you have a newborn and a 2-year-old, would you maybe kind of role play until kids are a little older? I think, see, for me, I'm like, that's our money. We making 300,000. You ain't making 200,000 and I'm making 99,000. We are making 300,000. That's our money, right? Like we need to stop going into relationships thinking, oh, that's your money and that's my money. I get we do have that, but we also need to have a shared bank account outside of our own stuff. But if it was more conducive for me as the woman to continue to work and him to stay home and take care of the child, I guess I wouldn't have a problem with that. You my man, I love you. I want the best interest for our household. It ain't just about me. Well, I just can't be seen out there working while you staying at home. If that's what's best, then that's what's best. It's what's good for everybody, not just good for me, I would think. Thundy says, I would be a trade wife. And y'all give me the definition of that. I don't think I've ever heard of that. I probably have, but don't know it to be that. Judge says, everybody can't get the IG model, get a decent woman and keep it pushing. See, that's the thing. There's a lot of men competing for that one model. And she done been on 14 dates in the last 2 days, right? But everybody wants her. They want her. I got to have her. She a baddie. And I'm not saying all baddies come with issues. They don't, but I think a lot of them do because they know the world is mine. I can be with any man I want to be with, right? They know that. So they tend to play the field just a little bit more, I would think. I don't know anything about that. So okay. Emmy says Title 7 is how the white women benefited more than anybody, as Donovan spoke on black women and careers. I know black women executives who marry the mailman or bus driver, and they are doing great. Exactly. But there's this narrative that, oh, black women don't want a man making less than her, or whatever the case is. I think most black women just want a black man, okay? Black man that's going to treat her right, and that she could treat him right, and they go off and have a nice life. That's what I know to be true. Hello, Lovey says, find someone who wants a black wife, husband, and kids. Okay. And then Ricky Cook, did I say hello to you? If I didn't, hello. And O'Reilly says, the women of the Passport Brothers are on the bottom. Amy says, thank God I'm already married because this is sad. Oh, it is. I've spoken to quite a few people. They're like, yeah, these dating streets is, you really got to look to the left and the right before you cross them because it's nonsense out there. And like I said, me being in my 50s, there's unfortunately a lot of people, men and women in their 50s, 60s, out there still chasing, still searching. It's like, what you looking for? What you looking for that you ain't already found? Well, like, what are you doing? You know, and if you just like to just be in one bed to the other, then I guess that's your preference. But a lot of people pass that off as, oh, I'm looking for a relationship. It's like, are you really? I don't think you are. Kara, how you doing? Says he means well. He just doesn't know well. Okay. And Deacon, he says, every woman wants a millionaire, but besides pass around sex, what else does she bring? Huh? What do men bring? I mean, by that, if women are bringing passed around sex, what are men bringing? Ain't they passed around too? They sleeping with a woman, you know? And Deacon, I don't know if you're joking or not, but as a man to say, what does a woman bring? And you don't know that, those are the people who should not be dating. If you at all this grown age and you, I think you said you was in your upper 40s, if you don't know what a woman brings, you probably shouldn't be dating until you get your understanding rearranged about what women should bring. And know that women bring different things to different women. See, if y'all going from this cookie cutter example that's all over the internet of what women bring in and all this other stuff, then yeah, you looking for somebody else's woman, not your own. But I say this to men and women, stop dating and you don't know what that man or woman should be bringing. Because other than that, you're probably not going to last. And then you're going to have a negative opinion about women or men. I don't know. And the average logical thinker says, if we effing up the black society, what is the solution? Are y'all expecting the ones who effed it up to also fix it? Yeah, I mean, I think the ones that are of us that are interested in being with each other, then that's what we should be focused on. Like I said, I'm not going to never try to change nobody's mind because you like what you like. You want what you want. Go do that and leave the rest of us alone. You know, that's just my opinion. Clarence says, when I was a D1 athlete, white girls would throw themselves at us. They would, okay, I say you did it twice. Common Man says, I love to hear your voice, Demetri K, but that's just me. Well, I appreciate you for that. Poppy says, my black mother says, look like a black rendition of Marge Simpson. Your baby mama's mother. So your baby mama's mother looked like a rendition of Marge Simpson. You crazy. You just don't like her. Judge says, an old white man with a social security check can get the same woman y'all get is not the flex y'all think it is. Black America says black women don't want to compete for men. When you say compete, describe compete. Because no, I don't want to be out there competing. This ain't, I was in track and field, in high school and all that. That's where I competed. But I don't really want to be out there competing for no man. I get throwing choosing signals, but brother, I'm not going to be hopping over no walls, no obstacle course to compete for no man. You want me or you don't, okay? And I think men by now know who they want. You taking women through all of that. Just go with who you want. Making women compete, and I hope ain't no woman out there competing for no man. Okay, raise your self-esteem. That's what I would say. Going through all that. Y'all men know what y'all want. Y'all know by now. Pop says, granny sexual. Well, that all depends. Get it? Depends. Oh my God, I'm behind. And Mama Poppins, how you doing? Says, a big part of our dysfunction is living according to our enslavers' values. You are not lying about that. All right, so I'm sorry, I'm gonna have to skip down. I didn't realize I was so behind. Y'all forgive me for that. Edward, how you doing? Cassandra K, how you doing? Says if men are overseas and still having conversations about American women, that alone shows who they are really. They want to be with. Those women say the same thing about American men, just not to their faces, especially when they slide them some money. RBG, how you doing? He says, I thought most black football players' wives are black. They are. They are. And let's see. Abdullah says, brother, can I can get that right here in America. So, okay. Ooh, I am so behind. Oh my God. Let me catch up. And Sonny, how you doing? Let's see here. Who else came on here? I do want to catch up. I apologize. I want to catch everybody I have not seen yet, and then I can start over. I do apologize. Zarai, he says, agents of the gender wars are in the chat. I hope not. I really hope not. GP says, I'm getting ready to finish up my editing for my YouTube videos for this week. Y'all take it easy. And you have a great rest of your evening as well. So I thought I caught up, but I didn't. Oh my God. Y'all really going in on the comments. And Common Man says, men can tell the difference between a woman who can be led and a woman who's hard-headed. I think you should be able to. Why y'all making women your wives and you don't know if she's able to be led? Like, how many dates and stuff are you really going on before you just jump in a room and then all of a sudden she's like, you can't lead me? Or did she already exhibit red flags before you got to that point? I would think that she has, because I think most of us can see red flags by the things that people say, how they react to certain things and all of that. We could tell, but a lot of times we're just more enamored by the possibility of that man or woman potentially being a good man or woman instead of actually putting it to the test, So why are we getting with people who are not able to lead or who are not able to be led? That's the question I think we really need to ask ourselves. All right. Okay. BJ, how you doing? It says, and that one woman wants what's in the pocket, and then the man gets mad because she leaves him and takes his money to the man she really wants. Yeah, I mean, again, vet that woman. Is she a gold digger for real? For real? Is she just out? Would she be with you if you was working at Walmart or a warehouse? Would that woman be with you? If she wouldn't, then why would you be with a woman who's just with you because you making a lot of money, And Mission Vision, you say, I'll rather date in my ethnic group. I refuse to place another race above mine. I know that's right. And Ashley, how you doing? And Timothy, how you doing? I hope you are doing well. He says it's not the same with men. Okay. And you also say, yeah, what do women bring? What do you want her to bring? I always ask men that, and they have a hard time explaining that. What do you want her to bring? And are you making that clear to the woman that you are vetting? Hey, love, this is what I'm looking for in a woman. This is what I would like you to bring. Are you making that clear? Or is it a guessing game? Because all women don't bring the same thing, right? So what do y'all want her to bring? Y'all don't mind me asking. Hello, Lovey says Black women don't do competition. We are the competition. Black men also. Yeah, why are we competing for each other's love? I mean, we should just go together, right? Emma says that would preach. I love blackity black men, blackity black children, and blackity black life. I love all y'all asses to the moon and back. I know that's right. Deacon says black women, have strong standards for black men, but accept any other race of men, regardless if you're fat, ugly, broken. So how can we take a woman seriously? Again, find you a different watering hole, because that's not all black women. I mean, people have preferences. I get it. Some people want to date this type of person. They don't want to date that type of person. They have a preference, but as far as they make an exception for another race of man, I mean, that could be true. But again, that's not most sisters. I don't know. Black America says, this is why you need to have the real conversation. Do you know what men bring, Miss D? I mean, I know what I would like a man to bring, because I'm not interested in dating all men. I just want one. That's all. I can't speak for all men. Just one. That's it. Facts Not Feeling says nonsense. Men want women to love and take care of women. He says, but the average woman have lost respect for the average man because women think all men should be a millionaire before they respect them. I don't even know how you would even draw that correlation, because even most men aren't millionaires. So why would a woman even think that? And we also know that millionaires, more than likely, it's about meeting a millionaire, rather it's about proximity. Most, I would say, average women are not even in a proximity of millionaires, right? I'm not talking about, million, like somebody who may be close or whatever, your neighbor. Yeah, I'm sure, but I'm talking about millionaires, the kind with the jets and the boats and all that. The average woman's probably not going to be in a close proximity to that. So I don't even know how we would get most women want a millionaire. I mean, it'd be nice, but that's not the determining factor as to whether a woman, the women I know, I should say, get with a man or not. I don't know. All right, let me skip down here. RBG says Black men and Black women should work together. Yeah, I think so. Facts Not Feelings says, Demetra, men are the prize in every other culture. You know how I feel about that, but I'm going to keep it to myself because I don't want to get in trouble. Doe says Black women are beautiful and wonderfully made all day long. And Lady Blue says, Facts, Demetra, compete for what? Yeah, why y'all gonna make us jump through hoops of fire to be with you? Either you want to be with us or you don't. I think that's gonna be a humiliating process. And what woman worth her weight is gonna be sitting up there compete with a man? I mean, with another woman over a man. There's some women who do it. Good on you, sis. It just ain't gonna be me. I think a man should know if he want me or not without me having to do all of that. Common Man said, I just want one good woman. So you're wrong, Demetra. Yeah, I mean, if that's what you want, I want that for you. Clarence says, you don't want to compete, and this is why you see the white girl sitting next to the athletes on draft day. Again, I do not want to compete. Ain't nobody going to twist my arm and guilt me into that. Brother, I want to say this with all my might as nicely as I can. I damn to the damn show ain't competing with no white girl for nothing. I don't care if it's a piece of bubble gum. I'm not competing with her for that. Okay, because we are not on the same playing field at all. And in any brother that think that I'm on the same playing field as a white woman, he ain't the man for me. That's as best I could put it. The average logical thinker says nobody ever said men are not the prize. Why can't we both be? Problem is the woman you want says that. Yeah, we both are valuable. But I don't know. Somehow men, and I know where it came from, I guess right around the time Kevin Samuels was all hot and popping and stuff, it got twisted around that the man is the prize. And it's like, well, all this time the woman has been the prize. That doesn't mean that the man ain't nothing. You're both valuable in a relationship, but somehow that got twisted around that meant the man ain't nothing. And that's not what it means, but I guess be quiet. I was going to say something, get me in trouble. Coach Joey says we also might want to seek out scholars that can count and measure how Black men are systemically held back. I know plenty with degrees of little experience have all boxes checked for more. And your comment cut off. Judge says it becomes a circular argument all day. The last good man in Jersey, how you doing? Says example, competing when I travel for business meetings, the single people all head to the bar or happy hour and network. The single Black women are almost never there because they rest in their room. Should be tired. No, I'm not a bar person either. I'm not going to be in a bar competing for a man. I'm not saying that's wrong. I'm just saying me personally, I don't hang out in bars. I never have hung out in bars, so I probably wouldn't do that now, but I get it, but that don't mean the sister ain't trying to compete. Maybe she's just tired, and trust me, I've been on a few business meetings and I know what goes on in a lot of those business meetings. People doing some business with people they ain't got no business doing the business with, but that's not always the case. Hey, Edward, let's see here. Clarence, you say you don't want to compete, and that's why the Becky's is sitting next to the one brother on draft day. Becky is competing. You go off, Becky. Go off and compete to your heart's content, but you won't be competing with me. You can't compete where you don't compare. Becky don't compare to me. If he want Becky, I will co-sign it. Matter of fact, I'll dance at the wedding, but it ain't going to be me out there competing. Lady Blue says, maybe the women, and how you doing, Arson? He says, maybe the women don't drink and don't want the network at that time. Yeah, maybe they just tired, M says, don't forget, get them thumbs up. Thank you. I appreciate you. And BJ says, today's dating, she is based more on image than on the character. And as Granny always said, all that glitters ain't gold. My mom used to say that too. All that glitters is not gold. Lene, how you doing? You say fit, feminine, and friendly. Yeah, I don't blame a man for wanting that. I think women should be that. You know, I don't have a problem with that, but I think people also need to know there's more to a woman than just, how she looks. And I always tell women, you don't need a man to be feminine. You should be feminine whether you with a man or not. And no man is going to dictate whether I'm feminine or not, right? I'm not going to act like no butch until a man come around. I'm going to always be feminine. Whether I'm ever with a man again, I'm going to die feminine. It's just the way it's going to be. And Tannis, how you doing? He says, Becky is a false prize. Buckhorse says, DC is listening. Got the whole family here. Hello, family. Demetrius, how you doing? Says, thought they didn't care. And who was that, by the way? Lady Blue says, men, nobody want your, oh no. Black America says, I want a woman to bring some stuff. What do you want her to bring? Stuff is vague. Help me out, fellas. What do you want her to bring? Beverly says, men want a stepford wife. Not all men, but the way some of these men are describing it, she sure does sound like a stepford wife. And Mina Lick, I hope I said that right. How you doing? It says, I ain't surprised by all white girlfriends, all of the black NFL players. Well, I think most of them have a black wife, I would think. I don't know. I would imagine they do. All right, so let me skip down. Nora, she says, I think the man and women should be led by each other. Yeah, there's no problem with that. Some people want that type of relationship. Rashad, how you doing? Says, what did I miss? You ain't missed nothing. Clarence, you see a lot of black women are overweight. Yeah, I would say that is true. A lot of black women are overweight, but I think a lot of women are more so overweight now than they've ever been in history. So a lot of men are overweight as well, more than they've ever been in history. Back in the day, even when I was coming up, we didn't have fast food everywhere, or you had to cook more at home. So I tend to think that is true for a lot of people. But yeah, there's a lot of sisters that are overweight. And if it makes you feel good, I was out there running today. And y'all remember last couple weeks ago, I pulled my sciatica. It still hurt a little bit, but I got out there and I did a little bit. But yeah, we need to work on that. Facts and Feelings says, actually, black women put white race above their own because a recent book published, a book. I want you to say, you said a book was published. The Dating Divide confirmed black women choose white men first, given the opportunity over black men. But see, that one book does not jive with the statistics. Y'all say that 20 times in a row. Actually, black women date outside of the race less than everybody else. Black men date out twice as much as black women. So what book are you reading? Did they mention that in there? A book. Joey, how you doing? It says, bring the kitchen skill. Bringing the kitchen skills. Yeah, I think cooking. I think cooking is something that everybody needs to do. You can ask any man I've been with. I do the cooking. I do the cleaning. I don't want you in my kitchen. Bring your plate, sit it down. I got it. You ain't got to wash no dish. I'll cook. I love to cook. It's my pleasure to do that. But I think men should learn how to cook too. When you single, who cooking for you? You eating out of boxes and cans and eating out. You should learn at least how to, boil a hot dog. I would imagine. Common Man says, I'm 62 and I've only been in 5 long-term relationships. I get settled quick. I got crazy when I divorced he said, I got crazy when I divorced my wife, but I got my head together. I stopped messing with the 304. See, there you go. You learned your lesson. 304s they good for a couple of things, but longevity, maybe not so much unless they're retired 304. And Steven says, my black rib compliments me in every way. I lead, but I also take everything important to her so we could agree on it. Yeah, that's a union, right? You ain't just, you could, I would imagine, but you getting her buy-in. What you think about this? We need a new truck. You think, you like this truck? Because she going to be riding in the truck, right? So you ain't going to just, pull it in the driveway. This is what I got. Wow, honey, it's nice. But you didn't include me. You didn't think I, have any input. So that's good. That's the way it should be. Kojo says, I'm pretty sure a large percentage of us It says, are in a healthy unions. We are in a country with extremely high divorce rate. I think stats show us as maintaining higher success rate. Actually, it's the other way around. Divorce rate, I think it said is like 30-something%. Married, oh no. So us being married is 34%. That's as of 2023. And in the 1960s, it was 61%. So we could be doing better. Oh, really says most black men aren't millionaires, so that's not true. At first, it's the Pookie, then it's overlooking the nerd. Now it's the millionaire. Sounds like bulls. Like, yeah, what? Come on now. Which is it? Ma'am, how you doing? It says name 10 black men in the NFL who's married to monoracial, ambiguous black women, not the so-called one drop rule. So you're saying to monoracial? Also, like saying all like a clear, obvious black woman. I wouldn't be able to do that because I don't follow football, let alone who they with, right? Menelik, he says if black women be more disciplined with their attitudes, weight, and carry themselves with more class, then many more would be picked by these high value men as a girlfriend or wife. Okay. And Wilson, how you doing? Abdul says, Demetria, based on what you said, that's why I try to stay out of this women versus men thing, because men and women both are problems. Not all of us, but some of them. Yeah, everybody got their issues. It ain't just one side. Elbow says, peace. He says, love black women. I know that's right. Okay, so I'm going to try to get down to the bottom. And Elwin says, by nature, black people are supreme to white all day, every day, which no competition. Yeah, what I look like competing with a white woman? You know, Clarence says, exactly. Becky is willing to audition for the role of wife. Our women ain't. I wouldn't even suggest Becky do it. You know, anyway, listen, the one thing a woman that worked her weight ain't going to do is let a man play games with her. You want to be with me? You interested in me? Great. But I'm not on no auction block or whatever, and no starting blocks on the track trying to compete for you. No, you let me know, because that's what I think men do. You let me know you're interested in me. I'm interested in you. Then we go from there. But it's jumping through hoops and hurdles. Is you crazy? Mari says, some of us are making things complicated, and it doesn't have to be. I totally agree with you. Emmy says, black women simply want a loving, hardworking black man. It's simple. The women that I have spoken to, definitely, right? And okay. Ooh, let me skip down. Okay, Ray says a person picks a mate based on how they feel about their collective self. I agree with that. Yeah, there's a lot of people with no knowledge of self and low self-esteem. They get in horrible relationships and then wondering why. Facts Not Feeling says, here's the sad reality. The average black woman don't respect the average black man enough to compete for him. I don't care if she's above average, if she's below average and in between. I don't think no woman should be out there competing for a man. Why would you want a woman competing for you? That's disrespectful. Would you want your daughters out there competing for a man? Or would you want that man that if he's interested in her, let her know? But like, I got 2 or 3 other women that you need to compete for. I'm going to decide who I like best. No, I'm going to remove myself from that equation. I'm sorry. No. And let's see here. Clarence is saying, this is why our women stay losing. They won't compete for what? No, won't. Will not. Brother Samuel, how you doing? Says, Becky is the last trick of the devil to offer you his woman. Samson's father told him to leave that Philistine woman alone, and look what happened, right? Manelik, he says 89% of black women are lazy and obese. Does that include your mama? Oops, I shouldn't have said that. Cassandra says a recent article stated that the average American woman is 170. Yeah, so that's a far cry from our grandmothers, right? My grandmother, I remember she's always saying, you know, you need to be streamlined. You need to be streamlined. And that was, you know, not necessarily straight up and down, but not fat, right? And that's why a lot of times they wore girdles to make them more streamlined and gave them the hourglass figure, you know. Now they wearing the girdles outside the clothes. The last good man in Jersey says black men have to date out more because we're more interested in being married than black women are. Statistically speaking, black men and black women have never been married to the same degree. So it's just probably the black women y'all coming across, but that the numbers don't back that up. Wilbur, how you doing? And let's see here. Thank you, Mari. I appreciate that. Black America said, what man is asking their woman questions like that? Pretty close to, and I don't know what question that is. All right. I think I'm getting to the bottom. I'm going to try. Herschel says, how come I never hear the LeBron James, the Steph Curry's or Magic Johnsons? What do you mean by that? And Drizzle Beaches, how you doing? Says black men making better choices. Okay. Passport bros are winning. Are y'all winning or are y'all spending a lot of money? Another thing is too, I wish Donovan was still on here. Are y'all looking for wives? Are y'all over there looking for wives? I'm not trying to be funny. I'm asking because y'all saying the women everywhere else, they're better women, they're more submissive. Then why y'all ain't snagged one up already? Why y'all ain't married one? And I always ask, why are they single? How come their men haven't wifed them? I know for a fact, okay? There's a lot of those women over there that talk bad about their baby daddies and all this other stuff. So are those women not the problem? That they can't get along with their baby daddy? I don't know. Something just don't make sense here. RBG says, I don't believe in passport bros. Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of good women over here. Nora, she says, Demetra, any man that connects with you is truly blessed. You know what? That makes me feel good. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. Okay, let me skip down. I'm sorry. I would love to read every last one of your comments, but I know that I'm behind. Clarence says you have to compete in this world. Yeah, on certain things for jobs, right? Sports and things like that. You know, a Black Friday sale. You might have to run just a little bit faster than Glow the Dean. But for a man, I will not. Just like I wouldn't want no man competing for me. Well, I don't think men should be having to compete either. You want each other, you don't. But out there treating it like a track race, I don't think so. I'm never going to buy into that. And if that means I'm going to just be single for the rest of my life because I'm not competing for a man, I'm sorry. Then so be it. Where my rocking chair? Let's get it popping right now. Black America says, yes, I told all my girls to do that for a good man to compete. Drizzle Beacher says, if she is broke, just admit it. I don't know what that means. You also say black men have to stop settling. Or really says the original man is out of order and don't know his leadership order from spiritual perspective. Don't take up with other nations. Yeah. Oh, you said including your mama, your aunt, and your great grandmother. Well, if those women are in that condition, well, what does that say about you? If they raised you, you can't be no much better because the apple don't usually fall too far from the tree. So, brother, don't forget to include yourself in the equation of those women that you described. Zerai said that's was facts. The Most High says, stay away from interracial relationships and warn that they would be a thorn in our side. All right. Let's see. Ma'am says, no need to jump hoops for these men. They know if they're the one or not. Yeah, I mean, you want me or you don't. I'm not going to make it. If I want you, I'm not going to play hard to get. But chasing you and competing, no. Brother Sam says, also, I see the man as the prize and not, he said a prize and not the prize. I could see saying with low self-esteem needing to be told that to see their value in a world that diminishes them. Yeah, I totally agree with you. They're a prize as well. Nobody, just because it was been said that the woman is the prize, I don't mean that the man ain't the prize, but somehow he done flipped it. He being that man over there, they flipped it all upside down. I'm the prize. I told you all the time, when I hear a man say that, I also hear that it's his special time of the month too. And he wants to be carried over the threshold on his wedding night. And he wants the garter belt slipped off of his leg too. That's what I hear. I might be hearing voices, I don't know, but that's kind of what I hear. Let's see. Andre, how you doing? Says, why is a woman going after the man she prefers to seeing as competition or selecting? When a woman asks me out for a date, I'm appreciative of her being selected. I foot the bill for the date. I ain't asking no man out for no date. I am traditional in that way. So y'all talk about these tradition and how you doing, by the way. And it's not necessarily directed to you, but y'all talk about wanting traditional woman, but y'all cool with a woman asking you out. I'm sorry. Like I said, I can throw choosing signals and hey, how you doing? But when I say never, I do mean never. Am I asking a man out to a date? I'm not. Because as I said, then you're going to be wanting me to carry you over the threshold too. Not going to do it. You want to take me out on a date and you know I want you to do that, great. But I'm not asking you out on no date. I'm not jumping in no man's inbox. I'm not propositioning him about going nowhere. I'm not. Sorry. Drizzle says the dating market is global. Passport brothers are winning. Are they? I don't think you're winning. Trust me. I think you spinning, but you ain't winning. Now there's some of y'all, and this is the crazy part. Passport brothers not a new movement. The white dudes was doing it well before it came. You got all up on the internet. Honestly, the new passport bro is giving the original passport brothers game a black eye. In fact, they don't like what y'all are doing to it because for one, y'all don't know how to be quiet. This passport bro run his mouth, got the woman all up on the internet, talking about what he doing with her from this way to that way and all this other stuff. But the white dudes who was doing it first, they go over there and get them wife come back to shut up. They ain't all talking their business. But the passport bros nowadays, they get ran off from different countries. People want to do stuff to them and all kind of stuff. It's like some men, and I'm going to say some, y'all talk too much. Why do we know that y'all passport? Just gotta take your passport, go over there and get you a one, whatever you're doing. But y'all talking too much and y'all messing it up for the people the men who are doing it right. We don't need to know that you're doing all that over there in them other countries with those women. I'm just saying. Zarai says, I respect passport bro marriages, but a lot of them are just passport pookies. You said it, I didn't. Thunder says, spend and get disrespected and spend money and be respected is an easy option. Well, I mean, you're going to get that wherever you go. You know, there's women over here that you buy them an ice cream cone, they'll love you forever. So, again, as a woman, I'm not going to never agree that the women over here are finished, just like I don't agree that the men over here are finished. There's a lot of sisters running around here talking about, I'll get you a white man. That's why I don't mess with brothers no more. You don't mess with brothers no more because you have no knowledge of self and you are dead to self. That's why you're not messing with brothers no more. And we've heard time and time again, especially as of late in this news, that them white men, they doing something strange to these women, like chopping them up and stuff. It's like, y'all sisters, y'all seen how that man was looking and you went on a date with him anyway? RIP to them. But I'm saying, black men and women are not finished. If you want to date somebody else, just go do that. But don't tear down everybody else. I'm just saying. Hey, Freddie B, how you doing? L says, a want equals forever. Allah self-created himself out of triple darkness from a want. Absolutely. Mari says, this makes me sad the way things are in the black community. It's very sad. But like I said, the good thing is black love is still a thing. They just don't want us to think that. But, black love is still up and running. You can believe that. RBG says, I don't talk about black women because I'm not butt hurt. Cassandra says, why aren't they also talking about the black men being deleted in those other countries? Notice they're not making that mainstream, but they probably should. Yeah, I've heard about that. But, yes, it's a gamble. But they gonna, same thing over here. They being deleted over here as well. So, I don't know. Samuel C., how you doing? Says, women shouldn't compete for a man. The same goes for men. Men should never compete for a woman. Yeah, like, what are we doing out here? It's not that serious. Meb says, for a relationship to work, both individuals must value each other. Absolutely. Judge says, I'm not a dog. I don't chase cats. Yeah, I mean, the woman, she needs to want to be caught, right? I don't believe in a man just running around chasing a woman. If she ain't trying to be caught, let her keep running. That because that's playing games with a person. If you don't want the man, just I'm good, brother. Thank you. Whatever. But you playing games, brothers don't do that. If she ain't indicating to you that she want to get caught, take your tennis shoes off until somebody else comes along. Clarence says, other races of women compete except for our women. That's why, whatever, let them compete. I'm not going to get in the middle of that. Black America says, you do play hard to get. You would make a man wait for sex at 50, not waiting for 50 years, old eggs. First of all, ain't nobody treat me like no trampoline at all, okay? I ain't never been that type of woman. Just, nice to meet you. Come on, let's go back to my place. Never, and I never will be. Yes, I want to be in a relationship with somebody I'm with, not somebody I just met, okay? And no, nobody's treating me like a trampoline. Was not raised to be that way. So there's women out there who will let you treat them like a trampoline on the first date. I'm just not one of them. I don't care if I was 70. Lady Blue says, I wish I would call someone that breathed the same air I breathe as a prize. What? Well, we both the prize. I think that's the way it should be. Ooh, y'all keeping them coming. Electrical helper, job one. How you doing? You say, so Demetra is traditional. I'm very traditional. You can ask any man I've ever been with. I'm traditional, which is why I will not ask no man on no date. That's that modern woman stuff. Y'all say y'all don't want. Y'all want these modern women, but y'all saying yes to dates when they asking you out. I'm watching you. Abdul, you crazy. Or really says it's called mail order brides being going on for years. Yeah, they've been doing it for years, but they ain't all up on the internet bumping their gums about what they doing to those women. Y'all think those men in other countries like y'all talking about how y'all twisting their women in pretzels and looking all up under their dresses? Y'all think they like that? Only a man with no sense of self would be all right with another man going to their country and talking all up under their women clothes all up on the internet. That's not what gentlemen do. If you really value those women, that's why I say sometimes I need to throw a flag on the field, because not all, but some of those men don't value no woman at all, because a man that is a man, he ain't going up over there talking all up under those women clothes or any. You ain't gonna do that wherever you go, right? But like I said, I can't imagine any man with a sense of self thinking that's cool, that men, regardless of what color he is, go over to their countries and do they women the way they do them. All that gorilla pimping with $5 in your pocket. I'm just saying. And Joey says, I think those same passport bros would get mad as hell if the guys from the DR come over here to the U.S. and start picking up black women. Or the black woman get dragged from here to there behind, allowing herself to do that. But they think they should go over to those people's countries and do their women like that. But like I said, the real passport bros ain't doing that. These passport bros that we know about, because I ain't never even heard of the passport bro movement until recently, until a lot of these young dudes and some of the older ones getting on the internet talking about, yeah, I'm over here, what we doing, and then all this other stuff, filming all up their dresses and stuff. It's like, you don't value no woman, regardless of where she's at. Ellen, you say, by nature, the father takes his daughter out around men. She chooses what man she is interested in. Then she goes up to the man and asks him to court. That's the law of Islam. I got it. But she ain't competing, though, is she? She out there with her tennis shoes on, running a race of track around with other women? Probably not. And Steven says, I'm old school. I was a chaser. I never liked any woman chasing me like that. That's what I heard. Most men don't want to be chased, but apparently there's some men who do. Modern man, I guess. Modern men. Mindful moments. Hello. He says, hi, Demetra. You are gone. Thank you so much. I appreciate you for that. Feet. He says, some of y'all probably got long lost brothers and sisters in Vietnam. You ain't lying. Mari says, yes, both my grandfathers were in the military and one got an Asian woman pregnant and got a Vietnamese and black. Oh, so you got a Vietnamese and black aunt. Okay, yeah. My mom's father as well, Korean War. She's got some siblings that are Korean and black. Andre says, buy you an ice cream cone. I mean, from what I said earlier. Cassandra says, passport boys are winning as long as they're paying. Last good man in Jersey says, traveling to the DR versus SE or Southeast Asia are two different things. I wouldn't know, right? Because it's not my thing. But yeah, the white men have been doing it for years, and they actually go over there and get a wife. They ain't blasting it all over the place, telling everybody what they doing. See, to me, that's, and I'm not trying to be rude, but I think that's little boy behavior. Run around telling everybody about your conquests. Nobody needs to know that. Why you with that woman? You with her. We don't need to know what you're doing with her. Be with that woman and respect her in that way. You don't need to talk all up under her clothes on the internet and all that. That's what little boys do. But a man A man don't care if you know what he's doing with her. In fact, he don't want you to know, because he don't want you to even think of his woman in that way. But we got a lot of men or boys that are masquerading as men that are doing that. And that, to me, is wrong. I'm saying your name wrong, but anyway, he says, a woman, you can lick the ice cream cone, but don't chew the cone. Andre says, black women, PhD or no D, as long as he says love black women, I think he meant PhD or no D, as long as we understand at the end of the day, I got your back and vice versa. Got to be all day long. It's the way it needs to be. Electrical helper job one. He says, I don't think a woman should try to get that perfect man if she sees him. I mean, nobody's perfect, so she's gonna be chasing the dream, the shadow, right? Drizzle says, don't waste your money on the sisterhood. Ethiopian and Eritrean women are better. I mean, that's your opinion. There's some nice women in Ethiopia. Very beautiful, lovely women. There's lovely women everywhere. Maybe say, what's the definition of competing? You're going to have to ask them, because they talking about women need to be out there competing. RBG says, I'm a black American man. I prefer to be with a black American woman. I know that's right. Arsony says, laugh out loud. So what you saying, Dimitri? If I were in Texas, I'd have to be the one trying to ask you out about Jungle Fever. Observe shows and movies. There's now a big push reversing the roles. Yeah, you'd have to ask me out. I'm not asking no man out. I'm sorry. I ain't going to do it. Stephen, thank you. Says, I love your standards. Thank you. Or Clarence, that's you. If you want women out there like horses competing for you, then that's you. I can't tell you what to like and what not to like. I just ain't finna be on the racetrack doing that. Facts and Feelings says gaslight. Okay. Thunder says there are good black women. Good black men around. It just get overlooked, or they're just already taken. And the women who have one are keeping it low key. There's a lot of good black men everywhere. All right, so let's see. Atomic Doggy Style. Wow. How you doing? It says people should get with who they want to get with and not give a damn about what these jealous ass black women are saying. I mean, I'll tell you one thing right now. This black woman is not jealous of you, because why would I want you if you don't want me? That's silly. Right? If you have a thing for another woman, then go have a thing for another woman. I wish you well. But I'm never going to be jealous of that. Never. And if you are choosing another woman over a black woman, you would never be the man for me. When I say never, I do mean never ever would be the man for me. I don't ever want to be with a man who has no knowledge of self. You want to be with a white woman or whatever because you like her, great. Do that. But if you be with a white woman because you don't like black women, you wouldn't be the man for me. You couldn't even pour me a drink of water. That's how serious I am about that. Yeah, easy. Gorilla pimping with $5 in their pockets. I'm just saying, and I'm not trying to be disrespectful, Thunder, like for real. We know, and I know, there's men who've been doing this, but now it's just like, we go. Listen, I know income tax season, and all those countries saw an influx of people over there with the income tax check. But it's like, can you do that on a regular basis? That is the key. Can you passport, take care of a woman? Can you move over there and stay, or you bring her back and take care of her? Because, from what I understand, if you sponsor somebody to come over here, I think you got to take care of them for 10 years because they can't get a job or something like that. So you really got to foot the bill. Like that woman, if you bring her over here, she ain't going to be out there paying for half. You're going to be paying for everything because she can't work. She's not legal totally, right? She got to get all her papers in order and work permits and all that. So you're going to be paying half. All. She ain't going to pay half. All right. So let's see, because I'm about to get out of here. Let's see. Did I get to the bottom? Damn it, I didn't. Preston, how you doing? He says, I was in a white space on TikTok, and mainly the white men accuse me of being racist when I profess my love for my black women. Yeah, but then the minute you go over there and try to get with they women, they be like, we don't want you with our women. So it's like, yeah, just make up your mind, right? Just as y'all making the mixed race people, y'all don't like, make it make sense. Yeah, easy. They wilding up in here. And Brother Sammy says, I heard the minister say it's okay for the sister to request the man, though I believe is not the preferred way. Some men may be unaware of the woman's interest. Yeah, she should make it known that she's interested. And I get it, but traditionally, nah, I ain't chasing behind no man. Sorry. It'd be a cold day in hell if I jump in a man's inbox and say, I like you and I want you. That I really might be wanting to do all that, but I'm not gonna initiate it. Not me. Like I said, you can let a man know you're interested. Hey, you sure look good or whatever, you smell good, but come on over my place. Thunder says, I agree. As long as when the ish goes down, we will and should still have each other's backs. Yeah, you got to. Don't be with somebody that ain't got your back. Judge says, Dimitri, do you like home cooked meals with candlelit and moonlight? I surely do. I eat absolutely. Freddie says, Dimitri, definitely respect your demeanor. You keep it classy at all times. I try to, and I appreciate that. I really do. Clarence says, I'm just trying to explain to you why Becky is sitting next to the brother on the draft day. Becky competed for his attention. That's why she's sitting next to him on the draft day. But the brother with knowledge of self wouldn't even let Becky get nowhere close to him like that. See, he was wanting a Becky all along, right? So if that's what he wants, that's what he should have. But I'm not competing with Becky. No, sir. I'm not doing it. And Aurelia says $20 for some freak experience. Yeah, and the DR, $20 goes a long way. $20 make you holla. Electrical, he says, sorry, correction. I think a woman should ask her perfect man out or try to go get that man. Why be lonely or be with men that is not perfect for you? I get it. Hey, how you doing? You look good. You smell good. All of that I'm with. But would you go out on a date with me? Not gonna do it. Nora says, me and my wife went overseas when young women winked at me. My wife laughed because I told them, no thanks. I need a woman who knows signs of a stroke. You crazy. You say 73, right? She needs to be aware. Tell me, is that a new dance or something? No, I'm having a stroke. Brother Sammy says, I love your thinking, Lady D. Coach Deion Sanders wishes all transferring players sincerely the best. And what's going on with him, by the way? I haven't heard anything else about that since he left to Colorado. Sherry says, I hear you. I got you. Clarence, it's not a lost cause. It's just a lost cause to me. There's some women out there who get on the track with you and white women. I just ain't going to be one of them. Or really says, the original man head is out of order, unfortunately. Mindful Moment says, when I was traveling overseas, living life, men let me know they wanted me by pursuing me. I didn't have to do anything. This was across cultures and age ranges. When did men here forget this? I don't know. They say they don't want a modern woman, but some very small few are acting like modern men. Oh, I was waiting for you to ask me out. I'm just saying that's in my head. I see that, and I just could never do that because honestly, I don't know how turned on I would be for a man or attracted to a man that I asked out. You know what I mean? I think that's masculine for a woman to ask a man out. But then again, I don't know. I'm old. What do I know? Drizzle says she can't pay. If she can't pay all your bills, then she hates you, Drizzle. Thunder says, DK, can you take a general consensus? Will Black women be trade wise and not talk smack and be appreciative? Can and will they do that? I think there's a lot of women who could do that. But I guess when you say talk smack, like, talking back or what, shut up, sucker. Who you talking to or whatever. Yeah, there's a lot of women that could do that. Now, see, I'm a playful person too. So, I play a lot, but I'm serious too, but I like to have fun. So, but I get what you're saying. Yeah. I don't think a woman should be combative. I think that's very masculine for women to be combative, talking crazy. And no, like I said, I do cuss sometimes. I don't cuss as much as I used to. I don't know. I just lost the will to do it, I guess. But I don't do it in public spaces. I don't do it on here. Sometimes every once in a while, not much. But I just think it's unladylike for women to be out in public, throwing F-bombs and talking crazy and loud talking and stuff. So she definitely shouldn't be doing that with her man, Facts Not Feeling says the reference to gorilla pimping is just another way of saying black men who travel overseas is not rich enough for black women in the States. So it's all the money. That's the reason. No, that's not what I'm saying. I'm saying y'all go, not y'all, not you, them, go over there with a strong hand. You know what I'm saying? With a little bit of money, trying to use every orifice that she got over there for the $5. You know what I mean? That's what I mean over there, because a lot of the passport brothers nowadays, they not looking for no wife. They just looking for a good time. And they can do her every which way but loose, and she, say thank you or whatever. Not all, but some. Because if that's the case, the passport brotherhood should be shrinking, don't you think? Because shouldn't they be finding wives by now? Shouldn't they be off the passport bro market? Shouldn't they be, husband up or got a wife or something by now? So why aren't they doing that? Hello Love says, how can you be fruitful and multiply and all black family if you can't see it? Good question. All right. And Andre says, asking a brother out is a no for Demetra, understood, but don't knock it till you try it. I ain't gonna never knock it nor try it. What? He says, are you the hot clone for Condoleezza Rice? I don't think so. Not me. I'm just reading some of these comments. Michelle, how you doing? Says, when black women look for a provider, we are called sack chasers. Yeah, I don't understand that. We call gold diggers, like, because I want you to be able to pay the light bill. I'm a gold digger, and I know there's some women out there that's gold digging. I trust me, I know that. I'm just asking you, brother, can you pay the light bill? Can you pay half the light bill? Cable bill. Listen, we don't even need cable, but we do need internet because I got to work. Can you pay half of that? But I'm a gold digger? Okay. Zerai says, we ain't trying to be called creeps and end up me too'd. So we don't ask anything or risk anything y'all asking y'all out anymore in the West. And that's sad. I get why some of y'all like that, because some women do be acting crazy. I'm just not one of those women. If I'm not interested, I'll let you know. I'm not gonna be a jerk about it or blowing my whistle. He got it. I think you should be nice about it, because when we do that to brothers or men in general, it does do something to them to be rejected in such an austere manner, right? Like, be a lady about it. Oh, thank you so much. I appreciate that, but I'm not interested. Have a great day. But get away, who you talking to? No, don't do that. Lady Blue says many black men need men leaders. I agree with that. All right. So Black America says, as a man, we don't want to play with our women, and we hate when a woman is sarcastic. I wouldn't be the woman for you, because I love to laugh. I'm gonna laugh. I'm gonna joke. I'm gonna play. I'm all of that. I mean, I never want to be to the point to where I'm y'all really like being with people who are just so serious they can't laugh. That's not funny. I don't like that. I don't like that. I will jump out the nearest window before I'm with somebody like that. But yeah, I'm one of those people. I'm gonna have a good time. I laugh a lot and I like to play and joke, but I'm serious too. Honey, dude, did I say hello to you? How you doing? It says, I'm behind, but 61% of black people were married in the 60s. Yep. What was our problem back then? He says, why weren't we married summarily to our white counterparts, like say closer to 80%? And actually, it said from 1890 to the 1960s, black people were married more than white people. And then, of course, that started to dwindle off. But good question. Thunder says playful banter is okay just as long as it's not mean spirit. Oh no, not mean. Oh no, nothing mean, like talking to you crazy in public or none of that. No, I really like to have a good time. Very playful. Facts Not Feeling says, Demetra, that's not accurate about passport bros. I mean, I'm not one, so you might be right. I may not know what I'm talking about. Hello Love says, I'm married. We like the black family, so yep, I get it. Brother Samuel says, Dion is doing great. I expect him to compete for a national championship this year. Although white supremacy is trying to sabotage it, every opportunity to slip a black man dominating. Yeah, or hopefully he knew that when he went over there, huh? RBG says, I'll go to the some countries to check out some martial arts. Yeah, we were just in Japan last September. It was really fun. You crazy, Judge. Talking about I got $5 on it. Willie Tresses, how you doing? He says that's just being smart. Okay. I'm gonna have to skip down. Archer says, in my experience, brothers in Canada find creative excuses to deal with Becky, almost as if they knew there's something off about it and try to get us to agree with this. It is so in the US. Well, yeah, people make excuses to try to justify being with the other person. I'm like, just be with them. You ain't got to say because black women, ain't a black woman made you go be with a white woman now. That's what you wanted to do. Just like ain't a black man made no black woman go be with a white man. She wanted to do that. You know what I mean? Like I said, a black man and woman can't make you do nothing else, but they can force you to go be with somebody else. Knock it off. Zarai, you say, you want my girl to have a sense of humor? Yeah, y'all don't want to be with a woman with a sense of humor? Thunder says, my first question is, can you make a roux? Can you bake? Oops. Can you fry up some catfish? Absolutely. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. And I know I'm jacking your name. It says, Demetra, you ever wrote a Harley Quinn because I like to be your Joker? No. Sherry says, I meet so many men over social media. Yeah, and I think that's probably one of the places people meet the most, right? Drizzle say there's no romance without say it again. There is no romance without finance. She needs to pay up, or you stupid, or kick rocks. Drizzle. Yeah, I mean, I guess if you want a woman to pay for you, that's your right. But my dad is 80 years old, and for as long as I can remember, he always used to say, men should know there ain't no romance without the finance. You're gonna have to pay something. And I'm not saying it needs to be a lot, but that's just the way it is. And Clarence says, black women just simply think we aren't worth it. The black women think that, not the black women I know. Lady Blue says, many black men are at the bottom. Many black men are at the bottoms. No investment necessary. Carry on. But as I said, if the black men are at the bottom, the black women right with them. They ain't there by themselves. We there arguing at the bottom. Willie Tresser says, I don't play Russian roulette with my life. Okay. Joey says, I'm tired of the gender war. All I hear on a lot of these channels is black women don't do this. They do that like they're other women, and all that crap needs to come to a halt. Yep. That's why I say I don't participate in it at all. I see it. I just don't fuel it. Like I said, I'm one of the people, one of the channels, if you will, that believe we all got work to do. I'm not I hate black men person. I'm not I hate black, because believe it or not, there's some black women on this internet. They hate black women. I'm in the middle, because I think we all have some work to do, but we're all great people. If we were not great people, everybody would not be trying to be like us. We just need to realize that, come to our senses and say, they wouldn't be trying to be like us if we weren't great people. Duh, right? You don't try to be like the worst. You try to be like the best. We the best. It's just the way it is. We're the best. And we need to start walking and talking like we the best. Until we do that, we're going to act like the worst. You can't act like the best talking like the worst, and vice versa. Brother Simon said, that's one of my requirements. A woman you can laugh with and have a sense of humor in in a world like this. It's therapy. Yeah. You want to sit up and be with somebody who's, I don't know, that ain't funny. Leave me alone. I'm one of those people, I ain't gonna lie, I'd probably jump out of a closet on you and scare you. I'll probably hide under a bed as you come in the room. I might grab your feet or something. I just might, it's all in love or whatever, but I guess. Well, thank you for the compliment about my hair. I appreciate that. Arson, says about the passport bros, I'll say the same thing about I say about black women who go around claiming they are happily single in peace. If people like that are so genuinely happy, why publicize it? Because they're not. I mean, some people might be, but I'm one of those people. I was not meant to be alone, but as fate, I guess, would have it for now. So anyway, yeah, judges say stimulate my mind. Yes. Got to be able to stimulate each other's mind. Pamela says, exactly, Sister Demetra, we are the best Black men and women. Yep. Cassandra says, I feel like we need to stop saying we're at the bottom because we're not. We are great, innovative people. The trendsetters, no way are we at the bottom despite our issues. I rebuke that lie, and I'll rebuke it right with you. Lastly, yeah, I love museums. Museums are my thing. I love it. When I talked to a man and he said he doesn't like museums or he has not gone to a museum, I'm like, that's a red flag for me. Because what do you do? I'm not saying going to a museum is the only way you get culture, but you don't like going to museums. There's a lot of things you can learn in a museum. I think a museum is a great date, right? You could talk about certain things and see how each other feels about whatever it is you're looking at the museum, but that's a red flag for me. So anyway, y'all, I'm about to go because I've been on here 2.5 hours and I'm tired. So meantime, I will see y'all I see you like museum, Andre. Okay. I'll be back here on Tuesday. I don't know if Donovan will be back. As y'all can see, Donovan was a little busy. He's in the DR. I think he'll be back. He's coming back on the 7th or something like that. RBG says, I love bookstores too. I'm a reader, so I like bookstores. I think that'd be a great date as well. Go look for books and figure out why you like this book or that book, and a man that reads, you got to be reading, brother. You got to be reading, because if you don't read, you can't lead, right? Even if it's a comic book. If you're reading, I prefer you to read something else with a comic book, but if you're at least doing that, and you're jogging your mind, right? You're keeping your mind open to, whatever. But yeah, you got to read. I'm a reader. So anyway, I love every last one of y'all. If y'all see fit, y'all can help donate to the channel if you will. But if not, at the very least, please like, subscribe, and everything else in between. I will be back Tuesday. Will Donovan be here? We'll find out. In the meantime, have a great night. Peace.